no, I don't want that. Stop recording. That's what I want. Okay, we should be streaming now. And let's see. I want the chat there. And yeah, if any of you need to go cameras off for anything, for any reason, or mute yourself, that's totally fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm gonna start the game. It's probably gonna ask you if you're ready or not. And then let me know once you're in the game and it's loaded and you're seeing everything. And then we'll start the explanation. It looks like it's still waiting for you to say you're ready, Mike.
Okay, where do you know? I'm gonna refresh and see if that's.
You could try refreshing. I had to do that.
Let's see. It says not ready. Okay, now there we go. There we go. Refreshing was the key.
And let me do a little welcome here. Welcome, rewinders and board game lovers. If you're a fan of board games that haven't been released yet, future board games. If you're a fan of the future or movies and video games from the past, then this is the stream for you. My name is Francisco, and this morning I am joined by Mike from Geek at Arms, Joe from Coffee and Adventure, and Valendro from Random Encounters. They're going to be helping me in playtesting Junkyard Juggernauts, a game of magic, mechs, and a splash of mystery. So I need to do a little bit of upkeep because I have this set up so that it's easy to do a 3-player game or a 4-player game. So let me do a quick little bit of setup, guys, and then we'll get going here. Put this on top of that, and then this on top of that. Okay. I think that's the only adjustments I needed to make. All right, let me go ahead and start the how to play. So like I said, welcome to Galmany, guys. This is a land of magic, mechs, and a splash of mystery. We, the 4 of us, are heirs to the throne, each possessing a connection with one of the 4 elemental magics of, for instance, I am playing as Riviera. I have connection with water magic. So all the tokens, all the cards that are blue in color are associated with the water element. Then it looks like Mike is playing as Malcolm, who is connected with the earth element. So all the green tokens, all the green blocks, green cards are associated with earth. Then we have, it looks like Joe is going to be playing as Saffron, who's connected with fire magic. So all the red tokens and whatnot are connected with fire. And then Valendro is playing as Malcolm, who is the wind, who's connected to the wind magic. So that's who our 4 players are. All, again, heirs to the kingdom. We're all siblings, brothers and sisters. And because of our connection to this magic, our parents have assigned grizzled old Dawburn to be our tutor in the antiquated craft of Mageineering. I know, boring. Combining magic and machines? Ugh, whatever. The antiquated, that is, until today, when the warlord attacked. We didn't know where he came from, but he spread his corrupting influence throughout the kingdom as he made his way to the capital, where, the capital right here in the middle, as he made his way to the capital, he abducted our parents, the king and queen, and started setting up junk golems throughout the cities of Galmany to keep them under the warlord's control. So that's represented by these junk golems out here. Just set this up real quick. Because of this, Dawburn, our tutor, took us to the only place where he thought we would have any hope of surviving. Traveling down, hearing about rumors of this warlord on the way down to the Galmany Junkyard, down here where this big pile of cards are. So I'm going to distribute these little tokens, which were us. These essentially are going to be on top of our cards on a specialization. And as we build our Juggernaut, You'll be able to specialize. It's not technically leveling up because you can lose this, but that's what these little tokens are covering, the effect you can have. All right, so we're down here in the Galmany Junkyard. The whole goal of Junkyard Juggernauts is that the warlord abducted our parents, is controlling the kingdom. We want to find the warlord and destroy them. That's the goal of us 4 Mageineers. Unfortunately, the warlord has already started tempting us into becoming their acolyte. So, as we go through and get cards from this junk pile, one of them is the warlord card. If you find the if you draw the warlord card, you have to keep it, and then you are playing sort of a secret role as the enemy against the 3 other players. So I had someone recently where they got the warlord card and they asked, "Is this the warlord card?" It won't look like the other cards. It'll be gray. It'll look like one of our Mageineer cards or character cards, except it'll have a warlord character on it. So if you get that card, don't let anyone know. Keep it a secret, and you'll be playing against everyone. And if you defeat the 3 other Mageineers, the 3 other players, then you'll win. If we defeat you, or if I'm the warlord, if you defeat me, then the Mageineers will win. So that's the goal of the game. How we start off is we need to make these Juggernauts, because we can't just go up against the warlord on their own. As we are traveling down, we are hearing rumors of this hideous war machine that the warlord was using. We never caught sight of it. So Dobrin's, our tour, is like, okay, we got to build Juggernauts from the old wars. There's scrap pieces in the Galmany Junkyard. Let's put some together for you 4 to go and destroy the warlord. So how this is going to happen is we're going to take turns. Essentially, we're going to snake draft. You'll draw 2 cards. That's your recovery action, that are face down, and you'll pick one. And you're like going up to the junk pile and like cleaning off some pieces, looking at what's best. It's like, okay, these 2 pieces, I like this one. You'll keep the one you want in your hand, and you'll put the other one that you don't want face up back on the pile. Then it'll go to the next person's turn. They can either pick that face up card, and that's their 1 recovery, or they can ignore that and pick 2 that are face down, keep 1, put the other one back out on the pile. So it'll go, let's see, who was the last person to have fixed something?
Fixed something?
Yes.
I fixed coffee this morning.
All right. Fixed coffee this morning.
Wow. I gotta honor that. Like, I fixed the toilet the day before yesterday, but no, he wins. Like.
All right. So a play is going to start with Joe. So it's going to go Joe. Real quick, I know that Joe, in Tabletopia, you're the yellow player. Your board has the yellow borders. Your hand is yellow. Mike, you're in Tabletopia, it's red. But those colors are not in-game colors. Those are just Tabletopia's way of indicating what player you are. So don't be confused and think, like, for instance, if you see this player token for your Juggernaut out on the board, this is actually Joe's token, not your token, Mike. That can be a little confusing. Just because you're the red player, disassociate from that. All your stuff in the game is going to be green, Mike. All your stuff in the game is going to be red, Joe. And all your stuff in the game is going to be purple, John. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's going to start with Joe. Joe, you're going to pick 2 cards from the pile in the lower left of this map. It doesn't have to be the top cards. It could be anywhere. To take a card, you hover over it and press T. The letter T. All right. And you just essentially click and drag the one you don't want back out onto the pile.
All right. Let's see.
All right. So I'm going to put it down here. All right. And now it is Mike's turn to hover over. Oh, go ahead.
Before I draw,
Yeah.
and let's just assume that on my first draw, I get the Warlord card. So I'm asking this. So
Yeah.
I see that there's card placement on my Juggernaut thing where I have my torso, my left arm. I can stick my right arm in, take my right arm out. I can take it all about. If I get the Warlord, where do I place that?
You're not. So we're gonna at the end of all this, we'll each have 7 cards. So you'll be able to decide, okay, which of these cards is the best for the 4 limbs. There's torso cards in here as well. And yeah, one of us will have a Warlord card, but you'll still have at least 5 cards to choose from to make your Juggernaut. So the Warlord doesn't go on this play mat right now.
It just stays in your hand the whole time.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Great question, Mike.
Thank you. I'll follow it up with several stupid ones. Okay, so I take 1 card and then I take another card.
Or if you want this 7 that's face up, you could have just taken that one. But
7 sounds like a great card.
Well,
I have no idea.
You can't take it now since you already took another one. But just for future reference.
Since I touched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you may be wondering. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
So it's like cookies on your grandma's plate. You touch that one, you have to take it. Okay,
exactly,
I got it.
And now, and you may be wondering, what cards should I be going for, Francisco? Well, Dauburn's letting you guys know from, he's like surveying you guys, trying to help you, saying, okay, guys, go for wherever is the highest number, whoever has the highest power level. Oh, jeez. I forgot. I need to go over this for you, Mike, mainly, but as a refresher for Val and for Joe. So I'm going to take this deck. I'm going to flip it over. If you all could look here on the map where you see this 4. If you hover over a card and press spacebar, it'll zoom it up big for you to read. So do that so we're all looking at the same thing. So on these cards, they're multi-use cards. There's 4 different uses for it, essentially. The first use that we're mainly dealing with now, and I'll get to the other uses later, but the main use that we're dealing with in this gathering phase is the power level. So this is based on a standard poker deck. So the powers range from 2 to 10, and so who could guess what the power level of this card is?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 4. I didn't major in
You're
mathematics.
wrong.
But...
It's obviously the square root of 23. God. Jeez.
Okay, I don't know why he invited me to this.
No, you're absolutely correct, Mike. It is 4. Now, the top of this card is showing a leg portion, and the bottom is showing an arm portion. You can use either or. I could use this card for legs. I could use it for arms. And there's never going to be a different numbers for the legs and arms. If you get a 4, it's going to be 4 legs, 4 arms. If you get a 10, it's 10 arm, 10 legs. So you can use it for in either socket, either arms or legs.
And do I intuit that from the iconography? Because the wheels are a way of mobility, therefore it's a leg? Okay.
Yeah, it's not. And when you place it down, they're going to snap into place and orient themselves correctly. So you don't have to worry too much about that. But yes, the wheels are legs. There's other things that look like legs. Some of it's a little ambiguous, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's just that's more of an aesthetic to make it look like a Juggernaut. It really just in terms of the mechanics, it's just like the numbers that you have in certain places. And keep in mind that as you're projecting what you're going to build, your legs, you're going to have 2 legs and 2 arms. When you add the legs together, they have to equal a number that's greater than the 2 arms added together. So, for instance, you can have all 4s. Then you'd have 8 for your arms over 8 for your legs. You need the arms to be at least 1 less. So you could do like a 4-3 and a 4-4. So yeah, the arms have to add up to a number that's less than the legs added together, to just put it another way. Any questions about power levels or any of that? I'll take that as no. And if you have questions as you go, that's fine. You can get certain bonuses for pairing numbers and colors together. But I would not. That can sometimes distract people, and then they will focus on that and not and shoot themselves in the foot. Essentially, go for the highest numbers. Or if you're trying to specialize your character, if you want to look at your character cards, for the specialization, the part that's under the little cube, that will require certain elements to be in your Juggernaut to specialize. So that'd be the only other thing to focus on, I would say. So I'll just hit that up real quick so you guys are aware. Mike, you would need a green or an earth and a water or blue card in your Juggernaut somewhere in order to specialize. Joe, you would need a fire token, fire limb somewhere in your Juggernaut to specialize, along with destroying a jungle. And Val, you would need a wind card somewhere in your Juggernaut to specialize, along with destroying jungle, which we'll get into destroying jungle there. So, Mike, with that in mind, put out the card that you don't want to keep, please. Thank you. All right, so that leaves me to go, and I'm going to take this 7 that's showing. So now it is Valendro's turn, and Valendro, you're going to go once, and then you're going to get to go again because you were the last player. Then it's going to go back to me, then Mike, then Joe, and Joe's going to go twice, and we're going to go back and forth that way.
All right. T to grab one.
And you'll grab. You can grab 2 that are face down, or the one that's face up. But now pick between those 2. And when you're picking, but when you draw 2 to pick from, you can't put back a part that you've already sort of held on to. You have to put. You can only put back parts between the 2 you just grabbed.
Right. Okay. And so what I put back will just go in the face up pile. All right.
Yep. There you go. All right. And now you can go again. You can take one of these face up cards, or you can do another 2 from the pile.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Okay. Now it's going to go back to me. And as we're going, you may get a torso card. You don't have to hold on to a torso card, but if you have held on to a torso card and then get another one, you can't hold on to that one. You can only ever keep one torso card in your hand. All right, it's back to you, Mike.
All right, then I will take.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to. I think this might be a torso question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says gem, roll 1 extra die when making a something roll. That's a torso.
That is a torso. So you're welcome to keep it or not. It's up to you.
I have a torso. Okay. So I have to. Okay, so I have to keep.
You keep one.
Only
and you
one
put
of these
back.
2.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think, unfortunately, this other card is too good. I'm going to have to give up my torso.
Okay.
I was
Totally
placed over
fair.
here.
Yep, that's perfect. All right, it is your turn, Joe, and now you're going to get to go twice. So it can be a combination of you could do 2 face-up cards, and that's your turn. You could do 1 face-up card, 2 face down, and pick one, etc.
I'll take the torso as my first turn.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, back to you, Mike.
Okay. Hold on. I want to zoom this in just so I can.
And if you ever want to do
Okay.
a quick zoom, you can press Z, and it will zoom to wherever your hand is.
All right. That took several cards.
Oh, really? Okay. Put the
Yeah, it
last
went.
one back.
I
That's
took
weird.
2. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
darn it!
That's fine.
How do I
can
flip?
So F is to
Oh.
flip over. And I'm just going to
what?
try putting this underneath one of these. That didn't really work out. We'll just do that. Okay.
What a mysterious power you have. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put this card back.
Alrighty. Then it's my turn. I'm gonna go with this one and this one. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it possible for me to wind up at the end of this draw phase and not get another torso?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
no, you
But
will,
I'm not gonna be-
No, there are 4 torsos, so each of us is gonna get at least one. So
Everybody's
yeah,
going to get a torso.
Yeah, you
Okay,
won't end
okay.
up with no torsos. Okay.
Just like life. Okay.
Valendro. Now you can take 2 recovery actions. So yeah, you can take 2 of the face ups, 1 face up, 2 face downs, and then
All
keep
right.
one.
I will take a face up.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that one.
Mm-hmm.
I will grab 2 of the face down.
Okay.
Okay. What's this one do? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, if you have questions over what any of the torsos do, because each torso has its own special ability, let me know.
Nope. I did get a torso, but I'm keeping it. I think I know what.
All right.
I got the twig torso.
Ooh.
Just slap that down.
You can put it out now. You don't have to. Actually, go ahead and keep it in your hand,
Okay.
because we're supposed to just keep everything close to the vest until we start building. Okay, so now it's back to me. I'm gonna take 2 more. Oh my gosh. Not helping. Okay, I'll go with that. All right, now it's Mike's turn.
All right. So this over here is a torso. I think that might be a thing for me.
So that 5's not a torso. Or
No,
did I
that's
miss
Oh,
it?
well. Oh, well, then I misread that. All right.
Yeah, torso cards won't have power levels on them.
Oh.
All right, Joe, you get to go twice now. What will he keep? What will he keep?
I'm gonna love that one of these limbs is a pair of tentacles.
All right, and then go one more time, Joe.
Oh, that's right.
I did try to keep things thematic in in the pixel art for the certain elements. It didn't always work out perfectly, but okay. Now it's back to you, Mike.
All right.
All right, last 2 that were not covered up.
Okay. So, let me take a look at you.
And so from now on, with all these that are face up, we'll only ever take 1 card that's face up.
Oh. That's a heck of a choice. Sure, I'll just try this, and because I have only a little idea of what I'm doing.
Okay.
Hooray.
All right, now my turn. I need a torso, so I'm going to take that one. And now, Valendro, go twice.
Okay. Go twice. I will take that one and that one.
Okay, now back to me. Ugh, gosh. Fine, I'll take this one, I guess. All right. Mike?
Oh, right, because I am going to wind up with more cards than I need. So, okay. I guess I choose you, and...
you took 2.
I take 2? Huh. That happened to me last time. Okay,
You
well,
might have
this guy
shift clicked multiple ones. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't, well, all right.
Joe, you go twice now. All right, and Mike, you get to go once. Okay, and I'll go. And now you take the last card of Valendro. So it looks like we all have 7 cards. Fantastic. All right, so now to build, here's how this is going to work. We're going to, you put down your torso first. Most of these should stick to their spots as long as you get them mostly lined up. Everything should stick to where it should go. Now we're all building concurrently. There's no turn order or anything. You just go as you can. Once you've placed all your legs and arms down, then you can start putting together your stats. Is that not doing what it's supposed to do there, Joe? Oh, there it goes.
We go.
Okay.
Got it. Quick.
Then you can, your stats are essentially your arms add together is your attack, your legs add together is your speed, and your HP is your arms plus your legs add all together. So if you have any questions as you go, just let me know. I'm going to try to start building here though. Wow.
Okay, so rotate camera. How do I seem to have rotated my arm.
So to rotate a there we go. To rotate your camera, it's right click somewhere and hold, and then you can rotate the camera. To rotate,
that's rotating the camera.
To rotate a card, it's Q and E. But that's actually already as it should be. That's rotated correctly, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. And you can use these to cover up. This is more of an aesthetic thing, but use these black things underneath to cover up the cards to make it look like it just has 2 arms, 2 legs, etc.
I'm a timber class swamp volcano.
Timber class swamp volcano? That's awesome. I am a weakling. That's what I am. Oh, so these should have already been turned correctly, Mike.
Oh.
So they just go like that.
Oh, now I understand. Okay. Yeah. I'm new.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Yeah, just like that. There you go. And then, Mike, go ahead and add up your stats, which again is your attack strength. The first number is, and to do this, you can scroll wheel up these numbers, or you can press space bar, and it'll give you a HUD for incrementing by 1s, 10s, or 100s. But yeah, so this would be 13 would be your arms, and I'll let you do the rest of the math.
Sorry, once again, what was HP?
HP is your essentially all your limbs added together. So at the start, it's your arms plus your legs, or your attack strength plus your speed.
Cool.
4, and then, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 2. So, Mike, something that Joe was saying before is if you look close at your Juggernaut, there's names on each card, and you put those together, and that's sort of the name of your Juggernaut. So yours would be a Timber Grade Surge Tsunami.
Okay.
Mine is a Torch Grade Flame Crocodile. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Valendra, what would yours be? Are you able to tell?
I am the Hail type Thunder Eagle.
Ooh, okay. Thunder Eagle. Alrighty, guys. So we've built our Juggernauts. I'm gonna double see if anyone has any bonuses. I'm gonna get a plus 2.
Yeah.
So Mike, you're
That's just
gonna.
what I was gonna offer with Saffron there. Yeah.
So for you, Joe, I don't know if you can configure it a different way, but you're not going to get any bonuses this way, because the arms have to be the same element or same number, and the legs have to be the same element or same number. If you want to get bonuses, you don't have to. Let's see. I don't know if you. I'm trying to think if you could switch anything.
Actually, yes, I can.
Okay,
I can.
perfect.
Oh.
Then do that. While you're doing that, Mike, you're gonna you get +4, a +4 bonus because you have both arms are the same element and both legs are the same element. So you can take this +4 and add it to either you don't add, but just like put over your attack strength or your speed. So you can choose where you want that.
And another question I have is that my special Malcolm to specialize have an earth limb and a water limb.
Yep.
Since I have earth limbs and I have water limbs, does that bonus?
Yep.
Does that specialization?
You have now specialized, so you unlocked this upper action. So now you have an extra action in combat. So everyone has 3 actions normally. Like yours would be attack, poison briar, and hunker down. But now you have an extra action because you specialized with that. Now you can lose a specialization if like you somehow change all your limbs into fire, you would lose that specialization.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And I take it that the hit points are going to be calculated in a little bit, right?
No, they're now. So you're just going to add up it's all your limbs add together. It's essentially your whole strength. So yeah, all your limbs add together. So 30, I think, for you.
And then the bonus as well, correct?
Well, you don't add the bonus into your HP because that's just like a
okay, that's just a step.
Yeah, that's just an extra like I always forget the word. It's not harmonics, it's like efficiency. Like you've increased the efficiency of that one aspect, but it doesn't give you extra mass to your Juggernaut. Okay, so awesome, Joe. So you get man, you guys are powerhouses compared to me. You get a +4 because you have matching leg limbs and arm limbs of the same color. So you can choose to put that to your speed or your attack strength, and I wouldn't add it into the numbers, but just have it over there, and you always add it whenever you're gonna attack or whatnot. All right, it looks like everyone is good to go. Anyone have questions before? I'm going to explain movement and all that here in a second, but anyone have questions about their Juggernaut before we get going?
One more thing, you told me earlier how to rotate my camera view of the board, and I did not retain that information.
Right click, like somewhere on the brown area that is the table, and then you can rotate that way. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course. So now we are all down here in the Galmany Junkyard. Our little dudes are down here, and now we're going to let me figure out turn order. Then I'll tell you what we're going to do to set out. So let's see. Joe, your speed is 16. Mike, you're 17. I'm 13, and Val is 19, so Val's going to go first. So we're going to start with, and then it's just going to go to left. So purple first, then fire, then earth, then water. So I'm going to go last. All right. So we have our Juggernauts. Now we're not quite sure what to do. There's lots of things we could do. We asked Dobrin, hey Dobrin, what should we do now? Should we go and try to just rescue the cities? No, you can't do that. you have to find as we are coming down here, the people are telling us that the warlord encamped in one of the cities. So we have to go to the 4 cities of Galmany. So there's Ray's Hutch in the northwest, Port Powers in the northeast, Swift in the southeast, and Headstone in the southwest. So what we're going to have to do is go and destroy the junk golems there, free the cities, because the junk golems are enslaving them, and search the cities for the warlord. That's how we're going to find the warlord and reveal whoever one of us it is, to then go and do the final battle. So once we find the warlord, it's sort of final battle time. The game's going to be coming to an end. So if you're the type that wants to just speed run through a game, get to the end as fast as possible, that would be the route to go, is trying to go to the cities, go to each city as fast as you can, and kill the junk golem there, and then search it for the warlord and start attacking the warlord. However, if you do that too fast, you could be underpowered, and it may behoove you to actually do some other things to enhance your power. So some of the ways you could do that is by going on quests. There's little exclamation points around the map. That's going on quests. You can go to brigand camps where you can gamble away some of your life, or if you have a potion, you can gamble those, and then you roll some dice, and you can get stat bonuses for doing that. A similar thing at the ferries, the 2 ferries on the map, but it's not quite as much that you get from there. Also, all these things are listed on this sort of card that's next to your player boards. It says map points and things to do. So if you're curious what to do when it's not your turn, you could be reviewing that for places to go. The only other thing I'll say is, let's see, my character is blue. So let's say I go to this point right here, and I move 1 time to here. So from this point to this point. When you go from one point to another, you're essentially deciding to clear the corruption. All these skulls all over the board are corruption that has infected the land from the warlord. When the warlord's revealed, all the skulls that are still on the board will add up to all add to the stats of the warlord. So let's say there's 10 skulls left. They will get a +10 to their attack, a +10 to their speed, and a +10 to their HP. So it's a good idea to clear up as many of these as possible. And when you clear one, they turn into potions that you'll get to take. So you can only do that, though, if you go from one map point to another map point. If you go multiple map points, which you can do, you can go up to, on our first turn, we can go up to 8 places away. As long as we're not going through a city that's blocked. There's these gates, these portcullises or beehives, as some people have said, that are blocking cities. You can't go past those until the city is free. Then you can continue on the road past them. So you can go multiple places away. You don't have to stop and do corruption. But if you want to, you have to go from one point to another point. 1 stop away, essentially. That's how you clear corruption. And if we work together, we could probably do it pretty quickly. And I think that's all I want to say for now before we continue on. There's more, but I think that's probably max mental load for now. So feel free to ask questions when it gets to your turn, but Valendro, you get to start us off. So where would you like to go?
All right. So because the first corruption's a couple spots away, I can't clear that, right?
Correct. Yes, you'd have to stop at the first brigand camp,
All right.
and do something there, or you could just go somewhere else. You don't have to clear that first corruption. You could start working from another point.
All right. I will hop over the first one and come over here.
Mm-hmm.
Then plan to, on my next turn, hop over that one and get the quest.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to gamble with the ferrymen, the sailors on the ferry at all? Or actually, I don't think. Well, you could. So Here's another. Now I'm gonna go into one other aspect of the cards in your hand. So I'm not gonna show you because we all have a card in our hand that can be an example of this. But hover over one of the cards in your hands, guys. That is a. I know one of us has the Warlord, so I'm not talking about the Warlord card. Hover over one of the number cards, and you'll see on the right side. Some people say it looks like a doorknob. It's supposed to be a potion. It's on its side, so that's why it doesn't necessarily look like a potion. But there's a potion ball. It'll be a 1, a 2, or 3 potions on a card. So those potions are used for several different things in this game. And during this exploration phase, you can use them you could trade those in at brigand camps to gamble with the brigands and get stat bonuses, or with the ferrymen. When we're in combat, you can use them to dispel or overpower other people's actions. You can also use them to enable your limbs if your limbs have become disabled. And those things are all laid out on your Mageineer card in the lower right-hand side of it, in the sort of black section. There's all this combat stuff. But for now, let's say, Valendra, you want to gamble with the ferryman. You would have to you would pay one of the potions from your cards because you don't have any potion chits right now. So would you like to do that or just hang on to them? You don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Not at the moment. No, I'm going to hang on to them.
All right. So now that moved you down 1. On this move track. So let me explain the move track real quick, which is down in the lower right-hand corner of the map. Every time you take a turn on the map, whether you move 8 spaces away or whatever your max movement is, you go down 1 on the movement track. So Valendra's next turn, he'll be able to move a max of 5 stops away. If he didn't rest, he'd then move a max of 3 stops away, then 2, then 1, then 1. So if you don't rest, you'll get to this point where you can only move one map point away. He moved once, so now his next turn he'll be able to move 5. If you pass, there's these W's next to the numbers on the track. If you move past a W, that will allow the Warlord to just get a card for whenever they're revealed. They'll just have an extra Amplify potion card or a power card in their hand. So we ideally don't want to pass the W's too much, otherwise that'll build up the Warlord's power quite a bit. But just keep that in mind. All right, so now it is Joe's turn. Where would you like to go, Joe?
I think I'm going to go to this guy here.
So that's sort of along the road. All these skulls are on the road in between stop points. So you could go here, or you could go where Valendro is.
How do I engage in one of those bandits then?
So the brigand camp, this part where you are right here. So you can either give them a potion or give them 3 life. So you deduct 3 life from your HP. It's like you're gaining a scrap with them over some. It's like you claim they cheated in cards or something like that. I don't know. You could thematically think about how you want it to be, but you would pay 3 life, and then you would roll 3 dice, and you keep 2 results.
If associated city pay goes to the Warlord. Okay. All right. I'll pay 3 life.
Okay.
And then I roll 3 dice.
Yep, and they're right above your right arm. And you can shift click to select multiple, and then R to roll. All right, so a 5. Well, I'll see if you can figure it out. It's on the board between the cities what all those symbols mean. But if you're
the 2 best results, okay.
Yeah. If it's too hard to figure out what those results are, let me know and I can help.
A 5 and a 4.
Hey, good morning, Dale. Happy birthday.
All right, so 5 extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 hit points.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So I cover my hit points back.
Mm-hmm. And then 1.
And
then plus 5 to your HP or to your attack strength. That was a really good roll.
that was worth the gamble.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
All right. And then move You're moving track down 1. Okay, Mike, it is your turn.
Okay. Let me readjust my view and zoom here because I was reading rules else.
Good morning, Yoshi.
All right. So if I wanted to, tackle that Juggernaut or this the skull here, I could move here and then scrap with the
the
skull face enemy guy, or is
the
that not the way it works?
The corruptions are, think of the corruption more of like a road that's become all murky and mold infested. If you've seen Stranger Things, think of it as an upside down road, I guess. And you're working to clear that corruption by slowly going along the road. That's why it takes one full move from one point to another to clear the corruption. It doesn't cost you anything. You're not getting into combat to clear it. It's just it's taking a lot of movement turns to do it. So so you can't do that right now from going from the junkyard. You can set yourself up for next time. One thing I would suggest to you, Mike, is possibly going to the first exclamation point, which is right here where the blue hand is. Or you could go, and if you want to start attacking the first city, Swift, you could attack the junk golem there and start combat, and we could go through combat. But it's up to you. If the quest might be something that's a bit more interesting, or I mean, combat might be interesting to you too, since you haven't done it before.
And there's also just another point. There's also straight up on the map as well to that other exclamation point, but that does take health to do that.
Yeah, it would take. You would lose 2 life per each of those little guy points on the. So it's essentially -4 just to get to that quest point up there. But good point, Valendra, yes.
Gotcha. So the most direct route is the most hazardous.
Yes.
And taking this route is going to give us the option to clear corruption. Yeah, I think if it's in our long-term strategic interest to clear corruption, I'll set myself up for clearing corruption.
Yeah.
And I do that by moving here.
Yep. That's perfect.
Mark?
Yep. So now that's a quest. So you're going to take this quest card here. I always draw off the top because otherwise it's too easy to take multiple things in your hand. Quests are visible to everyone, so you can just flip it over, which is F to flip, and then go ahead and read it.
Okay. 5 rock eggs. Read aloud.
Is it 5? It should be fire.
Oh, sorry. Well, okay. My brain fog still.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Fire rock eggs. Monks from a fire owl monastery wave you down for help. They lament how the warlord stole the sacred onyx eggs, no doubt using their power to suppress Headstone and other cities. They request you search lava sands for fire owl nests and procure them new eggs for their rituals. You set out, promising to return. Roll 1d6 for eggs and reduce HP by 2. Then
2d6, yeah. So you're gonna roll.
Oh, did I say 2? Did I just say 2d?
You did, yeah, but that's fine.
All right, sorry. I'm used to playing Star Wars D6, so everything is just 2D.
Oh, gotcha.
The D6 was implied. So okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then choose one of these, right?
Yeah,
and the choose one is if 3 or more eggs are found, return them to the monks who share 1 egg and its power with you. Take this card, or keep any number of eggs found. These become potions, or 10 HP each. All right.
So first roll to see how many eggs you find. So your dice are above your right arm on your Juggernaut. Yeah.
So roll 2d.
First roll 1 for just the number of eggs.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you found 6 eggs. Awesome. That's great. So you'll be able to choose A or B now. And now roll for how much life is taken. Because lava sands is super hot, so you're gonna, just by being in there, you're losing life.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2d to figure out how much ouch is there. 8. Okay, just
8 damage.
1 above average.
So go ahead and reduce your HP by 8. That's your speed. The middle one's your speed. The one on the edge is, this one's your HP. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
Okay. So now you
All right.
choose, do you want to keep 6 eggs, have them be potions or plus 10 health? So you could get 60 life if you wanted, 60 HP if you wanted. Or you could get 6 potions, or you could return them and keep this card.
Well, I mean, I feel like, they asked me to do it, so I should probably, and I got the maximum. I mean, what kind of jerk would I be?
Well, you might be the warlord and want to be that
what's
jerk.
that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because warlords are jerks. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to share
Okay.
and give and return them to the eggs who share 1 egg and its magic power with you, and take this card.
Okay.
And so by taking this card, the middle portion is usable later. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. So it's just so it's. Sometimes these could be funky to read. Hopefully it's not too much, but yeah, it's an artifact. So there's artifacts, and then there's other cards that are Amplify cards that you can have in your hand. But artifacts you place near your Mageineer, and then you get an extra action. So now you have 2 extra actions you can do, Mike. And this one's called Sacred Combustion. Essentially, when you're in combat, you can use this as an action, and you can disable, that's what the circle with the line through it is, disable up to 3 of any fire limbs. That's what that symbol's a little fire. Or you can destroy 1 fire limb.
So when we get into combat, this is going to be very effective against fire folk.
People, yeah. Any enemies that have fire limbs, yes, it will be.
Right.
My wife hates it when I have sacred combustion.
And where?
So I typically
Where?
put these under here, under your Mageineer card.
Okay.
Yeah, this this spot is for when you start getting potions. You could put them in that little square on the left hand of your player board. Alrighty, so you took that. Awesome. Now here's what happens with quests. You moved once to get into the quest position, and this actually had you move over here into lava sands. So I'm going to move you to this owl.
Okay.
And so that moves you again for that quest movement. So you're over here now.
Okay, so basically I wound up getting a free move without having to take the damage from walking through these
because you took damage in
men.
just that quest, so it sort of worked in with that so it's not going to be double dip. So if you want to move back to the junkyard, you will take damage, but if you want to move up to the other quest or the city up here, then you won't.
Gotcha. Okie doke.
All right. So now it is my turn, and
before we move on, one question. As far as resting to get your movement back, I know it was resting at cities, but I believe previously also quest would reset your.
So that changed. You don't get to reset from doing a quest. No. Okay. So it's either cities or villages. Let me look at villages again. I'm pretty sure villages you can.
Is the corruption a new mechanic? I apologize.
What was that, Joe?
Is the corruption a new mechanic?
Yes, the corruption is a new mechanic. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the corruption and team up specials are the new things for this version. All right. So villages.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yes.
The icon that moved is this blue. I think I picked up the wrong one because I'm Malcolm, who should be green. So,
there you go. No worries.
That was me. Now,
no problem.
When I initially took the quest move, it was to set myself up to deal with corruption.
Yeah.
Has any so no corruption has yet been cleared because I haven't done the corruption clear mechanic.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. And that would just happen as part of your movement. But Dale says, not sure how that works. Maybe like how Billy Batson turns into Zachary Levi besides Captain Marvel, but there what? I'm not following Dale, but okay. I know it's Shazam, but I wasn't following what that has to do with the game. So that's where my. Oh, did I say Shazam? Okay.
His original name was Captain Marvel.
Yes. All right. So I am going to actually try to free up this city, guys. So I'm gonna let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Swift, and let's attack Swift. So this will, with cities, first we see how much power they have. So to start off, we have, oh gosh, a 9. Why am I attacking
Wow.
this city? This is dumb because this is like, oh my god.
What in the world?
What?
Wow.
Wow, looks like somebody needs to learn the power of friendship, or that's going to be rough.
Right? Jiminy. Okay, so here's what's going to happen here, guys. This guy essentially has, so each city has a different buff and debuff on them for when they're enslaved, and then you get a reward when they're freed, in addition to loot and stuff. So for Swift, this junk golem will go 2 times its speed. So right now its speed is 9. It actually has a speed of 18 because of this buff. And anyone that's fighting here will not be able to use their Amplify cards. So I won't talk about Amplifies right now because it doesn't matter, but you won't be able to use Amplify, which is essentially the text in the middle of your cards in the black area. That's the Amplify effect. But this guy has 22 life. All right. Versus I'm going to be doing a whole 6 damage to it each time, which is not great. Oh, I did level up. That's right. Or specialize. So I am going to ask for help. If you have the movement, you can come and help. You do not have to help. If you're the warlord, you may not want to help. But keep in mind, here's if you do help, here's what you could potentially get. You could, so I was going to do this a little differently. I think everyone that helps, okay, yeah, that's what it is. So whoever gets the kill shot on the junk golem will get the first pick of one of their limbs to loot. So they could take the 10, the 9, even the 3 if they wanted. They could loot that and exchange it out as one of their limbs, and then junk the limb they had. Or they could take it into their hand as an extra potions or amplify effects. So that's the, and then whoever is, so that's whoever kills it. The other people, if it's multiple people, if let's say it's one other person, they would then get to pick another limb to take. Then the last limb goes to the warlord to be used later. So the second limb, if there's multiple people helping, then the captain, so right now Mike is the captain because he has Chonk, and Jem is the lieutenant. So you guys are the tiebreakers essentially. Chonk being the first tiebreaker, Jem being the second. So if there were multiple people there helping me, and Mike, you were there, you would pick who gets the second loot, essentially. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see.
Okay. And then I would then elect to search the city or not because I'm attacking. Okay, but we won't go into there yet. So let me ask. I need help. Is anyone willing to come and help me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I am. I don't know what I'm doing. But
Well,
I'll
for you though, Mike, you can only move 3 spots. You have to still have the movement to move there, and you couldn't get over there.
Gotcha. Because I've already moved that, and I can only move 1 over maximum. So okay.
No, you
and
can
it's too many moves.
Essentially, you can move right now. You could only move 3 spots away because your green cube is above the 3 column, the 3.
Okay.
On the movement track. So you could move like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. That's the most.
Okay, and each of these spots, each mark on the map counts as one of those. All right,
exactly.
I'm solid here. Okay.
Awesome.
I think I missed something. Why is he 1 further down on the movement track?
Because he moved 1 for his quest, and then his quest required him to move over into Lava Sands. So that's why he moved down again. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I moved down for moving over here. Okay, so
it wasn't a free move because of my quest. The quest only moved me 1 down.
Yes.
Okay, great.
If I'm understanding your question right, yes, exactly. All right, so if you're gonna come and help Val, come up here. That counts as a move as well. And then are you gonna come and help Joe?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So go ahead and move your guy up here, and I'll move your movement tracker down 1. Alrighty. So whoever has the highest speed will get to attack first. So I think that's, who is that? Val with
Probably
19.
me, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? You can do a standard attack. You can start a team up special, which is essentially you would. Well, I want to do your team up special because there's nothing in the junk pile to do a Junkyard with.
Right.
But yeah, or you could do static shock. If you have a question about what you could do, you could ask. Otherwise, I'll let you sort of decide and figure that out.
Yeah, so let me I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a standard attack on him.
Okay. How much? It's your attack strength.
Yeah, which is just a 12.
12. Okay. So that's going to, let me give you the attacker icon. Okay. So that's 12 damage because your speed is so much higher than his. It's going to also, oh, dang it. What was this guy at? 22.
22.
Okay.
So down to 10.
Okay. Let me just redo this. Well, you said you do 12 damage, right? Oh yeah, he's down to 10. Yeah. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, and because your speed's so much higher, and this is stuff again if you guys want to review this and when you're not doing anything, this is on your Mageineer card in the black section, all this stuff about combat that I'm going through. But because your speed as the attacker is higher than the defender's speed, you critical hit him, so he will lose his lowest limb, which is his 3. Unfortunately, that means he's going to counterattack you with his 10 limb, so you take 10 damage, Valendro.
Oof.
Yeah. But he only has 10 to go. My speed is 13. I think, Joe, your speed is higher. Yeah, so you'll go next, Joe.
Okay, so with the team up special, how does this work exactly? Do I have to request that they do the team up? Like, does it count as their turn as well?
So, yeah. So you couldn't team up with Val because he already went. So can you team up with me, Water? Do you have a team up with Water?
No.
Okay. So you couldn't do your team up special then.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
in that case, let's see. I'll go ahead and do a standard attack. That'll be for 20.
Yeah, so that one shots him quite handedly. Oh gosh, that hurt. All right, so first off, we destroyed him. So everyone, the bonus for this is all Mageineers, all attacking Mageineers get to draw 1 card. So 1, 2, 3. So take 1 of these cards, each of us. Not Mike. Everyone else though.
Yep.
All right, and then Joe, because you got the kill shot, you specialize because that's one of your specializations, I believe. So you can move that little token down and get an extra action, I believe.
Yeah.
Nice. And because you got the kill shot, you get to decide one of these limbs to loot. Just take the 10. Okay.
Big number big.
Did you
want? Sure, you don't want to sit down here and think about it.
Did you want to decide? Did you want to use that as a change out with one of your limbs, or you like the setup you have for your limbs?
Can I, on the card that I drew, that card I would like to change out? Am I good to do that?
Yeah. Not the one you drew. It'd have to be one of the ones you took from the junk golem. So that 10.
No, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay, that's fine. And because you are the sort of de facto captain in this area, you would pick between me or Valendro to get who gets to pick the next bit of loot.
All right. because he did most of the damage that set me up, I'm going to let Valendro pick the next.
That's fair. Because I was going to search the city, so I'll get wherever loot's there. So
Okay.
So Val, you can pick. You can take the 3 or the 9.
I will snag the 9.
Okay.
Oh.
And did you want to switch it out with one of your limbs, or did you want to? Oh.
Yeah, that got pulled in with it. Let me actually see on that real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Ninja sucks, but you're a scholar. Not sure how that works. Maybe like how Billy Barry.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and swap that out.
Okay. So when you swap that out, you're going to get the difference in for your speed. So that's a 9, right? Yep. So you'll get +2 in your speed. But you'll get all of it in HP, because the idea is, well, maybe most of the damage you've incurred has gone to that one limb. Since there's no way of knowing how that damage is distributed around your Juggernaut, you just get all of the new limb in HP. So add 9 to your HP. And then the 7
that makes up all but 1 for the one I lost.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then,
I didn't quite catch how that worked.
Yeah.
Since he's not adding it as a limb, he has the ability to just convert that to HP.
No. He
No,
did.
I did add
he
it.
did add as a limb. He had a 7 for one of his legs. He changed it with the 9 that he got from looting the jungle.
Okay.
So he gets the difference of that in speed. So 9 minus 7, 2. He gets +2 speed. But he gets all of that 9 as HP. Because it's a new piece. So he just gets it as extra HP. Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna point out here real quick, the ability for that would have been really, really good for the Warlord. I did not save it. I did put it as a limb. Just
the ability. Oh, for the 9.
The ability for the 9 would have been really, really good to use for the Warlord, but I'm not using the ability.
Oh, yeah.
So you're essentially trying to make a case for yourself that you're not the Warlord. That sounds like something a Warlord would do, but all right.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't ask. Why are you volunteering all this information?
Yeah.
Because I am going to go target a city later, and I don't want to seem like suspicious. I'm trying to...
All right, that's fair.
Wait, targeting a city is suspicious? Okay, now I know
well,
what to be
if I
suspicious of.
go targeting on my own, I do want to get a kill because I do want to activate my bonus.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm doing it to be helpful.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to... Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you're being underhanded and sneaky in a helpful way. Excellent. Good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I do want to say thank you so much to my sister Saffron and my brother Hobart for helping me. I know, Malcolm, you couldn't be here, but it was a great battle. Thank you guys for helping me and making sure I didn't die. I'll give you Swift as a trophy, essentially. Joe, it doesn't really do anything, just hangs out there, so we know that you took it. Now I'm going to explain this thing. This is important. For me, I mean, I know this aspect, so it's not for me to worry, but just for you guys for later as we go. Okay, so if you are the Warlord and we're in this situation where well, let me back up. When you free a city, you can choose, if you're the person that initiated the combat, you can choose to rest in the city, in which case you'll get +10 HP, a potion, and your movement track will go back 3. So resting's good. It's very helpful. Or you could choose to search the city. If you search the city, you essentially draw. There's a card underneath each of these junk golem guys that we just fought. There's a card underneath. Most of them are just like your standard power cards with the legs and the arms, the potions, all that. One of them is the Warlord's base. And it doesn't look like any other card. It looks like almost like H.R. Geiger and Junkyard Juggernauts had a baby, I guess is the best way to tell.
Oh, that's wonderfully gross.
So it's something like that. So you'll know it when you see it. Why I'm going into so much specificity is if you are not the Warlord and you find that base, you have to say, guys, I found the Warlord's base, And then everyone who has not taken a turn to that point will get to take a turn, and then the warlord will reveal whoever they are and start creating their warlord juggernaut.
Okay, so the warlord reveal is pretty much randomized based on when/if that card gets found.
Yes, exactly. The way it would not be, yes, exactly, Mike, except if the warlord finds the warlord's encampment, then they hold on to it and they can elect to attack whenever they like. So that
makes sense.
They might move in, and they would do this by moving to a spot where another character is, another juggernaut is, and then they would reveal themselves and start attacking that character, and then they would get to, usually the warlord goes last in an attack phase. In this case, the warlord would start the attack. So that'd be a great way, if you're the warlord, to just destroy maybe the weakest one, like me. Like right now, if you're the warlord, I would be coming after me because I have like nothing. So that's the only way to that'd be the only way the warlord would actually get to initiate the attack, and it's less random, I guess. Then it's more methodical. So whenever you take, go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, I didn't mean to interrupt the
flow. Okay, no worries.
Thinking about it, can I go ahead and replace a limb with what I just looted, since we're not past that phase yet?
Okay. I was thinking, well, you did do that. Oh no, that is Valendro. So yes, if you, it has to be with that 10, but yes, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll lose a bonus, but I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. All right. So then you get, so the difference in speed, so you get +5 speed and then +10 to your HP. And then that gets junked. All right. So going back to this card, I'm going to take it because I initiated the attack. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is unless I happen to not be the warlord and I find the warlord's card. But if you're not the warlord and you find just a normal card, you don't say anything. If you are the warlord and you find the warlord's base card, you don't say anything. So the only time you would ever say anything about this card you get is if you're not the warlord and it is the warlord's base. I just try to make that very clear because otherwise it's very easy to have the game break, I guess, if you're not understanding that. So I'm going to take it. Okay. I'm not going to say anything, and we're going to proceed. All right. So that was my movement into there. You all sort of moved into place. So it actually goes back to Mike. It is now your turn again.
Okay. And because I did not rest, I don't have the ability to, my movement did not reset.
Correct.
Okay, and so this owl thing is a dead end. So if I wanted to move to the quest, it would go 1, lose a health.
No, there is a road. You can just go directly to that.
Oh, I didn't see the road.
Yeah,
thank you, Francisco. Okay, so I just go 1, and if I want to clear the corruption, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do quest right now, and then clear the corruption on my next.
Yes,
move,
though
right?
Most likely the quest is going to move you again, so just be aware of that. So if you just
okie doke,
okay, if you're fine with that, then that's...
well, I can't. But there's no way to clear the corruption unless I attack the city all on my lonesome. Correct?
Yes, and you would actually have to start the quest and then go attack the city, or you could attack the city and then go back to the quest after, or something like that. But then you would be all on your lonesome, and just so you're aware, you take a -10 damage just for going to that quest, and the headstone Junkolum will attack you for double whatever attack strength we draw for it. Oh, one other thing that's new, guys, is down here, if you look at the movement track, map track, all that, every time we beat a Junkolum, this track at the very bottom goes up 1. So the second and third, or the third and fourth Junkolums that we fight are double power and triple power respectively. So they are going to be a lot more powerful as the game goes. So the first 2 are just normal power. They're not upgraded at all. But then the second and third one are a lot more powerful.
Straight multipliers?
Yeah, exactly. Straight multipliers.
Oh my gracious.
Right.
So yeah, what would you like to do, Mike?
If I attack the city, I'm at a severe disadvantage. But if I just take the quest, then the quest is going to wind up moving me. Now,
Yes.
and if I take the quest, is that what triggers my reducing health and whatnot, or is it attacking the city? That
it's just attacking the city. Here's what I'll say, Mike. I mean, you wouldn't be able to have this perspective. If it were me, here's what I would choose. I would choose to attack the city and probably long rest, so I could move my track back, get some health, because you'll get that 10 health back if you rest. And looking at your stats, unless you pull a bunch of 10s again, which I don't think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think you'll be able to take this guy out. Also, we could go over Amplify cards, because there's your cards in your hand have Amplify abilities that you can use. Also, you have that artifact, so if he pulls any fire cards, he's going to be at a disadvantage because you could disable or destroy them. So
okay,
I think you aren't in as bad a position going solo as it could be, I guess.
Okay,
I'll say that.
So I've been listening to way too much of the History of Byzantium podcast. So the idea of attacking a city so far from my forces terrifies me. But good thing we're in Junkyard Juggernauts, and we're not in the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, let's do this thing. Let's go ahead and kick a golem straight in his limbs.
Junk. Yes. Okay. We'll go
in
with
his
that.
junk. Okay.
Yes. In the junk.
See how that works?
That works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I am knocking down the door, and
real quick, I moved your movement track 1. You passed a W, so the warlord's going to get a card.
Aren't you warlord?
So we're going to move this guy down here. We're going to start building him out. So we first draw a card for the legs. So he has an 8 speed. All right.
Okay.
He has a 9 arm. Not good.
Oh, wow. I feel like I got some really good advice here.
And a 4 for his other arm. All right. So
okay. So I have a
terrible.
Special that takes out fire, right? Or do I have to wait until he slaps me in the face?
No. So you get to the only junk golem that will attack first, that where you have to take the attack first, is Port Powers. But for Headstone, you get to attack first, 17. So that's 21 life. So you have 21 life. He's going to be attacking you for 26 damage. So yeah, you need to kill him in one shot, essentially.
Okay. So can I use this special card first before we do this to do as an action of Sacred Combustion to destroy one, like sweep the leg and destroy one fire limb, which would reduce his ability?
You could do that, but then he's still going to attack you for the full... Okay, here, let's do that, and we'll see how it plays out, and we can rewind, and if you want to decide something else, that's fine too. But it's a good learning for the different ways you can mitigate damage and whatnot. Okay, so first off, are there any cards in your hand that you may want to use?
Okay.
Because, so if you read this, I know you have to tilt your head. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Tabletopia won't let you spin it in your hand.
I've been tilting my head a lot in this, like, what, Francisco? I don't understand. Okay. Let's see. Attach this to your Juggernaut in place of destroyed limb or enable all your limbs. So that's a rapid repair. That's going to help me if I get, like,
if you lose a limb, that will help you. Yeah.
And then, cancel action or dispel can only cancel with the other not today. Okay. So I've got a not today.
Okay. So that would be actually, if you want to use that to cancel their action, their attack, you could do that. And then that would totally stop him in his tracks.
Okay.
So
it sounds like I could sweep the fire leg and then do that. Or do I have the oomph to just, let's see, he's got a 21, so I can't one-shot him.
You can't one-shot him.
I've got a 17 attack, right?
So I think you have the right idea of destroying his leg with your Sacred Combustion. So you just keep that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you say that's what you're doing. It destroys his leg. That's going to reduce his life by 8 because of the destroyed limb. So that's good. So that was your attack. He is going to counterattack with his weakest, because he took damage. He's going to counterattack with his weakest limb. So you're going to take 4 damage with his weakest arm, excuse me. Okay. So you take 4 damage from his forearm. His forearm. All right. And so now it is his turn to attack. So he's attacking you again for 26 damage. So
a lot.
Here are the ways to mitigate that. First, you could just take it and die. And then you have one opportunity to do this cling to life mechanic where you'll draw a high card. The other player will draw a high card. Since we're out of cards, it would probably be a die roll instead, but we'll get to that later. That's not something I think we would go to right now. So that's one option. Second option is you could absorb all that damage if your speed is higher than the attacker's speed. You could absorb it into your highest limb. So looking at this, Mike, would you say your speed is higher than the junk golem speed?
Let's see. I got a 17 speed, and if I'm adding his limb speed, he doesn't have any legs.
Yes. So his limb speed would be
0, I would think.
Yes, exactly. So you have a higher limb speed. So essentially, you would be able to move fast enough to get into the perfect position to use your strongest limb, which in this case would be your 9 leg, as a shield. It's like you're raising it up, covering yourself, and absorbing all that damage into that leg. So it would be disabled. So you take one of this disabled chits and put it there, and then it's disabled. Disableds come off after combat, but you can end up completely disabled, and then you're just stuck getting critical hitted all over the place. So you don't want to get into that point.
We don't want to do that.
So you could do that. Your other option would be to use a potion, which you can use of the ones in your hand. You could play one of them as a potion, and then that would absorb all the damage. You don't get to counterattack if you use a potion in that way, but you could do that. If you don't want to absorb all the damage. Personally, well, I'll let you think about what you might want to do if you want to.
Here's my thought, because I'm not exactly sure how the next round is gonna go. My thought is, if I just absorb that damage using my swiftest limb, then I still have that 13 attack, which is gonna disable his 9 limb.
17 attack, don't you? Because you add the
17. You're right. Sorry, 17 attack. Because there it is. 17 attack, which is gonna take out his next limb.
Well, he has an HP,
so we're going to be trading.
He has an HP of 13, so you would destroy him with that.
Oh, so that's it. Okay. So my attack is going to go directly to his hit points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
They always do. They also will critical hit if your speed is higher, so it will do the damage and also destroy limbs. But it always does. Okay,
so
damage
basically,
regardless.
Hero golems are hardier than the game golem, because we have the ability to disable our limbs rather than just taking it.
Oh. Our Juggernauts? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, our Juggernauts are hardier than their...
I mean, typically, yes. If this were, let's say, Swift, and he had a 10 as a leg, he would get double speed. So he could then disable. He could choose to disable. If his speed is higher, he could do it. He could do that same thing.
So so there's the balance. Okay. Yeah. I got it. I'm on board. Hooray. Yeah. I think that what I want to do is go ahead and like kickboxing block, bring my leg up, absorb it there. Ouch, perfect. That hurt. And then I'm going to counterattack.
Yeah. When you do that, you still get to counterattack. So your weakest arm is 5. So he'll take 5 damage. All right, so he has 8 left, and now it's your turn to attack.
Okay. I think I think I want to smack him like hard.
Are you sure you don't want to try diplomacy maybe, or just say, hey, be nice? I do have this potion that says bake a cake and turn a enemy into an ally. He follows you and says yes sir the whole time.
But instead of using that card, because I think it's going to be useful against the warlord, I'm just gonna punch him in his ugly face.
Well done, well done. So first off, you get rewarded with +5 to your attack strength, Mike.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Just increase that by
attack
5.
1.
Awesome.
There we go.
Next up, you're going to get to choose to loot any of these arms or limbs, and if you want to change them out with one of the limbs you have, you could do that, or you can just keep it in your hand.
I kind of like my. Let's see. This is a 6 limb, right? Or is this a 9 limb?
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
I think.
I get it. I
Joe,
see
you
the dot.
commented on
There's
this
the dot
before, and well, it's not the dot. The dot is a reflection, like the bead. The 6s have an underline, so I need to.
And the 9s
still
do
have
not. Okay.
Yeah, I still need to add an underline to the 9.
Okay. I kind of like the idea of having a 9 limb rather than a 5 limb.
Okay.
So I think I'll take.
Unfortunately, you couldn't do that because then your arms would equal your legs.
Oh, it has to exceed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like your legs have to support the mass of the Juggernaut torso and the arms. So that's how.
Otherwise, you'd just be walking around on your arms, and who does that?
You can't do that. There's none of that in Junkyard Juggernauts. What was that, Joe?
You could have a gorilla Juggernaut.
You know what? That's not bad. That's kind of cool thinking about, but it's too late. We're past the Rubicon with anything like that.
That's in the expansion pack,
exactly.
Not in the base game.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the only advantage there would be it would be the potion, like the player damage player to the left with arm power and player to the right. That would be a very powerful thing for the warlord to pick up. And I wouldn't want the warlord to have that.
Probably not.
So maybe I pick that up instead of searching for Dude's base.
Sure. Well, no, you still get to choose to search or long rest. But you still get to loot. You loot regardless.
I loot regardless. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that card.
Okay. And then
because that's
this 8 is going to go to the warlord. And this 4 gets
curse you, warlord.
Right. And then that's going to go back in there. All right, you get to keep this as a trophy. And now this card, Mike. So here are your options. You can don't look at it or don't pick it up yet. If you're going to search the city, you pick up this card, and again, if you're the warlord and you find the warlord's base, don't say anything. If you're not the warlord and you don't find the warlord's base, don't say anything. If you're not the warlord and you find the warlord's base, then you say, "Hey guys, I found the warlord's base." Okay. But if you do that, you can't rest.
I want to rest. I super duper want to rest.
And then we won't be able to search the city though until the other 2 cities are freed. So keep that in mind also. Okay. So you're gonna rest then?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that means that
your HP goes up by 10. You get a potion because you get that from the local inn, which just went under your card. Don't do that. And then your movement track goes up 3. 1, 2, 3. So you're back up to 8.
Beautiful.
And then this is going to go off. And also 1 corruption will comes off the warlord. He has 4 to start with. And each city, I should have taken up another one. Each city you free, he loses 1 of his initial corruptions.
Okay. And so the corruption is lost because I freed the city.
Correct. Exactly.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And so you're right there. Fantastic. And now it is back to me. And
before we move on real quick, I want to touch base.
Yeah.
When he got counterattacked by his warlord, he took the weakest limb damage, which was 4. When I got counterattacked by the junk golem we fought, you gave me the highest limb damage, which was 10.
Because you had destroyed his other arm. So his weakest arm was the
Okay.
remaining arm.
All right. That's just, I wasn't sure on that. I wanted to double check.
That's what happened.
So just like when the Black Knight got both of his arms cut off, he had to attack with his leg. Which
Are
was
we
not
really
the-
bringing
which
up
was
this
not a very
movie?
good attack.
This movie.
I should not have done that in your stream. Yeah, I really should not have. I mean,
That's okay. You're in my stream too. It's perfectly fine.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's a game about losing limbs. You're kind of inviting it just a little bit. You know what I'm
How
saying?
dare you, Mike? How dare you?
Love you.
Love you too. All right, back to
The
me
Warlord
though.
is the Black Knight.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say, Joe?
I said the Warlord is the Black Knight.
Possible. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, what am I going to do? Okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move 1, 2 to Eldrick Arc. So that moves me down 1. At Eldrick Arc, this is one of these special spots where you sacrifice a limb to then get a extra boon. So for me, I'm going to sacrifice this 2 fire limb, and that's going to garner me plus 10 to my attack strength. So I'm missing an arm, but I have much better attack strength now. And that is my turn. So now it is back to Valendro.
All right. And I'm getting low on the counter, so I think I need to rest here at the city
Okay.
in
That's
order
fine.
to just go get that back.
Yep. So yeah, that goes up.
Oh, I grabbed the board instead of the token.
There you go. So increased your HP by 10.
Yep.
And I'll give you this potion on your Mageineer. Ugh, why do they keep going underneath? Shit. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, I have this spot right here. What am I doing? Sorry, I remade these boards. I forgot. There's a spot just for potions on your board.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Okay, that is Valendro. And now, Joe, what would you like to do?
So I'm in the city too right
Yes,
now, right?
you are.
And if I rest in the city, I can change a limb out for one in my hand.
Yes, you can do that. That is an optional thing you can do in the city.
Perfect. Okay, I'll go ahead and rest in the city,
Okay.
and I'm going to change one of my arm limbs out.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, that still works. Your legs are still stronger than your arms, so you get the difference in your attack strength.
4
so
extra
4,
attack.
Yep. And then 10 extra health. And then this 6 goes back into your hand, Joe.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right, and then you get plus.
So why does that go back in my hand? Because I'm resting in the city.
Because that's the optional thing in the city. Yeah, you have.
Okay.
There's workers there that are able to help you, and you're able to just, it's not a sloppy out. Hello, Necronaut. How is it a non-movie? Oh. Oh my, hold on. I'll get you in a second, Necronaut.
You're going to get the hard questions now.
Yeah. So, Joe, increase your health by 10 for the resting in the city.
Yeah. Oh, for resting in the city, I also get 10.
Yep.
Oh.
And then I'm going to move your movement cube back 3, and then you also get a potion for the rest. So there's that.
Sweet.
All right. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so Necronaut, this, if you want, so me and my friend Paul, and actually, I think all these guys except for Valendro have been on the podcast. So Mike and Joe have both been on. But our podcast is the Retro Rewind Podcast, where we review movies and games that are 15 years or older. Monty Python and the Holy Grail being one such. And I'm in the minority that doesn't like it. A big reason I don't like it is because I think of it as a collection of skits that combined become a feature-length entity. I don't consider it a movie because, to me, movies should have a normal act structure with a story that continues through. there is the thinnest of through lines of this grail that they're all on. But it's really a collection of different comedy skits. And I have no problem with comedy skits, comedy specials on like Netflix or whatever. I mean, those are great, but you don't really think of those as movies. I mean, at least I don't. I think of them as comedy specials. So if this had been My Python and the Holy Grail, the greatest comedy special to ever be seen, I'd be totally fine with that. But no, it is not a movie. So that's, I know technically it is a series of 30 frames per second, 30 frames per second to combine. That is a moving picture, AKA movie. Yeah, fine. Fine. You want to get technical? Okay. It's that type of movie, but it's not the spirit of a movie. All right. There's my,
And for the record, I hate the ending of that collection of skits.
all right. Well, there you go. What about the ending though? That I don't care for it, Necro. I mean, it's fine if people like that. I've come to live with other people liking it, but you can't force me to.
But it is a movie, though. There is still the through line, and there is still a progression. There is still a story progression. There is still an arc.
Do they get the arc? I'm not the arc. This isn't Raiders of the Lost Ark. Do they get the Grail?
No,
There
it's just
you
like
go.
and in
Okay.
the end, they find out that
Just
love
because
is
they don't
being
get
for all along.
just because they don't get the Grail doesn't mean the arc isn't completed.
Here's my question: is that I really like, maybe don't know, maybe some other time, maybe I'll vote for it on the show. I want to see what the reaction is to Fantasia then, because by those, I mean that's also a feature length series of vignettes.
Yeah, I would not count that as a movie. I'd count that like it's almost like going to the symphony. Do you call going to the symphony going to the movie? No, you don't.
No, I don't, because I went to the symphony.
Exactly. That's what you're doing when you watch Fantasia. There happens to be moving elements to it, but that doesn't make it a story.
I would highly advise that you never watch the film Heavy Metal. But of course, that's pretty much blanket advice to like all human beings.
Yes, I will die on my hills. Fair enough of an opinion that I can respect. Bonus point if you had hated the ending, though. I still will follow. Well, I appreciate that, Necro. Thank you so much.
Spoilers, come on. I mean, this thing just came out.
Anyway, whose turn is it? Oh, yeah, I've totally forgotten. So, Joe,
I rested last.
Okay, you got all your stuff. Is back to you, Mike. What would you like to do now?
Okay. I still see this other corruption to clean out, which is going to weaken the warlord's position.
Yes.
If I move in generally this direction, well, okay, can I just clean out can I clean that out just by moving here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clearing that out and then going on a quest?
You could do that. You could also move up to the RR Pass to clear out that one, or to this ferry to clear out that one. So you have 3 you could clear out easily.
I mean, questing turned out to be pretty cool last time, and I think that would put us in a better position later. So why don't I take that, flip it?
Yeah,
and then I get a
You get that as a potion. Yeah, exactly.
Yay. Okay. And then I find a quest card.
Yes, right. They're right over there, but here's the one you picked.
Oh, you mean the ones that's labeled quest. Amazing.
What craziness.
All right, and I flip that and let everybody see it.
Yep.
And then I take a look at it, and then Zach's Zeal. Making your way along the road, your Juggernaut foot falls
it should be, I keep forgetting to correct that. It's footfalls. So I forget if that's one word or typhonid, but
your Juggernaut's footfalls alert a seemingly short man using a tree as a crow's nest. Walk lighter, rabble! I nearly fell. I can't see where the water-walk ghost keeps his treasure from down here. Now can I?
Well done with the voice, by the way.
Baffled and intrigued. Oops. Let's see. You, Waterwalk, may play immediately. Discard, used as a potion. Your legs also count as water limbs for the rest of the game.
Which would not help you at all, because you already have water limbs for your legs.
I do. Okay. So I can either choose one, randomly dig for treasure, losing an arm, or forward 3 on the movement track, take this card and draw a card, or leave the man to his delusions and the warlord gets this card. Oh, debate. Because, okay, if I take this, this isn't really good for me now.
You could use it it's not good for you right now. You could use it as potions ultimately.
But I could use it as a potion, so it's never okay, so it's never useless.
No.
Okay. Well, then I think I'll let's see. I guess I can move forward 3 on the movement track and take this card and draw a card.
Yes.
Because I don't want to lose an arm because I like my arms. I'm using them.
Keep in mind, it will give the warlord another card, though, by doing that. But because you did have to move once to go down to that quest.
Wait. I have another arm in my...
it has to be one of the arms connected to your Juggernaut.
Right. But would I be able to... okay, but am I able to re-equip an arm at a later time?
I mean...
Or is that not a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you could go to a city and put a arm in your hand you could take a limb from your hand and put it in a missing place, a missing socket.
I wonder if that might be worth my time. I'd lose an entire turn though.
You wouldn't lose a turn. It would just move your
up 3 on the track anyway. You'd want to go back to the city and rest regardless anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'm...
Here's the...
advice from veteran players?
What was that?
Advice from veteran players?
If you have a better arm that you would want to equip anyway, or one that's relatively similar, then I'd do that as opposed to moving forward on the track because it would give the warlord the card. At the same time... the ability on this card is not really going to do much for the warlord. I don't think. It would give him +2 for having all the legs the same if he used it for that. But then it would get discarded if they did that, so they wouldn't get the potions, or it would be 2 potions. I don't think that card on a whole would be too spectacular for the warlord.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you have in your inventory to replace your arm, if it's worth you taking.
Yeah, I have an equal arm. Like, I've got a 5 arm in my hand, and I've got a 5 arm as my hand.
You got to think too, though. They're the same color, so you get the bonus.
Yeah, so you would lose your +4 and change to a +2.
Yeah, I don't want to lose an arm. So if it's not that valuable of a card to the warlord, why don't we just ditch it and say, thank you, old man. It was nice meeting you, but take your crazy self someplace else.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. All right. So that goes there. And now you move down just 1 for that. Now it's back to moi. And let's see. So this quest was actually done. And now you've done that quest. So let me put it under you so I remember. All right, I am going to actually go 1, 2, back to the city to rest. So there's 1 down. Unfortunately, the warlord gets the card for that. But I'm going to rest in the city now because I need some life. 10 and a potion. And I move my movement track back 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now it's back to Valendro.
I was going to say, a little suspicious you didn't rest before you did that.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's like a warlord would do.
Yeah, give himself an extra card in order to get the strength bonus and then go rest. Yeah.
Very warlord.
I'm going to take my 8 movement. I'm going to go storm this city.
Now notice how someone who just accused me of being the warlord didn't take any time to remove corruption. Just like, let me go to the city and try, maybe search that and hopefully get my own encampment. Just saying.
Oh,
Oh
just
no,
like a
I'm just
warlock.
doing exactly what I said I would do. I need to go take on a city in order to get my boost.
Sure. Whatever.
Okay.
I know whatever.
Okay, so you're attacking Port Powers then, Valendro?
I am.
All right, so I'm going to move the card down here since there's space down here. So it's going to be at the bottom of the map. Let's see what we got. Okay, and so I actually need to put this card in here, shuffle, because there's only 3 now. All right, so we got, first off, a 4 for speed. Oh, you have to disable a leg, by the way.
Okay.
And
I
we
will
got,
disable my 8 leg and keep the 9.
okay. And then, all right, so this guy is not too bad, but he is double power. I forgot to move this up one more time. So he has a speed of 8. Or wait, yeah, a speed of 8. He has an attack strength of 18, and his life then is 6, 13, 26. All right, and he's going to attack first. That's his sort of boon for Poor Powers. So he's attacking you for 18 damage.
Okay.
Do you want a refresher on what you could do, or do you want to just figure it out on your own, Valendro?
Let me see.
Or do you want help? You can ask for help too. While you're thinking about that, let me catch up on chat. Necro says, "Oh, I'm very sorry about spoiling the ending. Internet Explorer might not have seen it yet." Drake says, "Hang on a minute. I went to the symphony and it was a movie. They showed Back to the Future and played the soundtrack live. That's a different thing. That's the movie with a live score. I wouldn't call that going to the symphony." Drake says it was, I guess you could make a similar case kind of for Fantasia, but by that same token, it's different skits that are not connected. So Drake says it was literally going to the symphony and definitely a movie. Therefore, Fantasia is a movie. Give the Warlord a card, which is what the Warlords would say. Whatever, Drake.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use a potion to negate
the damage.
that.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect.
That.
All right, and you don't get to counterattack in that case, but now it is your turn.
All right, and I am just going to go ahead and attack.
Attack, okay. With 12 damage, or are you using an Amplify card or anything?
What's its health at?
26.
26?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play an amp card here, and I will double my strength. I didn't mean to slot it there, but...
Oh, that's fine. All right.
I will double my strength.
Double your strength. Okay, before you do that, so here's, this is something, this gets to the dice, another use of dice. So, Valendro just played Wind Amplify. So now the wind magic is amplified throughout the kingdom. And how this is expressed is everyone that has a wind limb, which it looks like is only Valendro and Joe, will get to roll a dice for each limb they have. Or if you're the Mageineer of that element, you'll get to roll as another one as well. So let's see. So Valendro, you'll get to roll 3 dice. And you'll pick one as the best. You'll pick one result. Joe, you'll actually get to roll 2 dice because Gem allows you to roll an extra dice on Amplify rolls. And you still only pick one result though. So it looks like. Oh, and also the Jungle will get to roll a dice. So I'm gonna borrow one of your dice, Mike. Okay, so he gets +5, and I'm just going to keep this here. He has 5 more attack strength. So did you choose the results you wanted, Valendro?
Yeah, I get another potion back.
Awesome. Okay.
So
all right.
snag that there.
So that was your Amplify. Now your action happens, which this amplified it to ×2. So you're attacking.
So
are you attacking for
24.
26 now?
24.
24. Okay. So this guy goes for 24 life. What's your speed at?
My speed is a 9.
Okay, and that's with the it disabled,
With an
right?
8 disabled, yeah.
Okay. Actually, isn't your speed? Ah, dang it! Sorry.
Oh, well, with the +4, so yeah, 13.
Okay, so it's. Hold on. Sorry, the phlegm's building up, guys. All right, so your speed is higher, so you definitely critical hit him. It critical hits him for 2, or it destroys his weakest limb, which is his 2. So he's going to counterattack you for 7 damage, Valendro.
Okay.
All right, now it is his turn, and this goes in the junk pile. It is his turn, and there he's going to attack you for 14 damage.
Okay, and I will just take that.
Just take that damage. Okay.
Yeah. Less than 26 or whatever it was.
Real quick before you do that, you are Twig, so you get to roll.
Oh, right.
If you roll a 1, which is a disable, the damage will miss.
Do I get to do that for the counterattack as well?
No. Yeah, you do that for any damage.
Okay.
So if you want to roll that again for that counterattack damage from before, then you could do that and give yourself 7 damage. Okay.
No, neither one.
Yeah.
I need to.
All right. So, but you counterattack for 5? Is that it?
Yep.
So he is toast. Why did I attack you? All right. Well done. So first off, you get. Oh, first off, the last junk golem is going to be ×3 power, so that's not fun. But Valendro, you're going to get a +5 to your speed. That's the reward for beating poor powers. Good morning, Rosie. All right, and now you can pick one of these as loot: the 2, the 4, or the 7.
For this, I think I'm actually going to snag the 4.
For the 4, okay. All right, and then the warlord is going to get the 7. And then the 2 goes to the junk pile. And now, are you going to rest or search the city?
I am going to rest.
Going to rest, okay. I thought you were going up there to search the city. You're all gung ho. Now he's resting. Interesting.
No, I said I'm going to beat the city so that I get my point.
Oh, your bonus, yes, because now you get to specialize. Very true. Good point. I forgot about that. All right. So you're long resting. Did you increase your health by 10?
I just did. Yep.
Okay, there's a potion, and then
do I get to restore my limb?
You can. You mean trade out a limb?
The disabled limb.
Oh yeah, the disables always come off. Yes, after combat. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure where the disable is, but yes.
It was that 8 leg was disabled from the junk golem's ability. So
okay, yeah, I'm not sure where that went, but all right. Go back on.
Didn't put the disable on there. I just remembered.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so good job, Valendro. Oh yeah, so you're gonna rest, so that's just gonna stay there. All right, now it is. Let's see, whose turn is it next? Joe's turn.
I think I want to get rid of a blight.
A corruption. Okay.
So that's my whole turn?
Yeah, that'd be your whole turn. I mean, you could do whatever's at the corruption. Like if you go up to this, what's this called? Brigand camp, you could gamble up there. If you went to this quest, there's nothing there, but you could go over that to clear the one between the city and the quest. Those would be your 2 options for clearing corruption.
So let's see. Hold on a sec. Let me look at the card. The Elderkin Arc. Nope, don't want to do that.
Oh, the music stopped going. Come back, music.
Sorry. Let's see.
What game are y'all playing? So this is a game I'm designing called Junkyard Juggernauts, Rosie. It's a it's a game where you're creating a juggernaut from cards that you draft from a common pile, and then you take your juggernaut out to do quests in the world. Ultimately, you're trying to find the warlord, though, who abducted your parents and and defeat the warlord. That's the final boss. Unfortunately, one of us in a 3 or 4 player game, one of us will play as the warlord, but it's secret. No, we don't know who the warlord is right now. So
Even though we all know it's Francisco.
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean,
Perpetually
because
assume it's
you know what,
Francisco.
I have the secret way to just always make myself the warlord. That's right.
Somehow it just happens.
Okay, so it is.
All right, so
Did you?
I'm gonna go to this brigand camp
Okay.
north of the city.
Awesome.
So do I pick which one of these? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that one, and you get that as the potion. Good job.
And then at the brigand camp, let's see, it was give up 3 HP
Or a
and
potion.
roll 3 dice.
So you
Yeah,
could
I'd
also
rather give
turn it into a potion too, I believe.
I've got 62 health. I can give up 3.
Okay.
And then roll 3 dice.
And you'll get 2 results.
A 6, 3, and 2. So I get another potion.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 is a
Draw a card.
Draw a card,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
A junkyard card. Excuse me.
I will do that.
Okay. And let's see. Do that, and okay. Awesome. Now it is, and that was your turn, Joe.
Yep.
Now it's back to Mike.
Okay, I was afraid of that. Okay, so these guys are gonna get harder. I'm pretty close to the final city, though.
You
So,
kind of, sorta.
like,
Let's see.
oh no, there's 2
1,
cities.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get over there. So you can get over there right now. It takes
No.
a couple turns.
I don't want to do that. That sounds scary. But I think that if I could go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
although that would put me well into. Yeah, I want to clear some corruption on the way. Would it be reasonable to move to this portion on the map here to try to clear this away?
Well, here's what I would do. I would move back to the city, rest again, heal up, and then move to the next spot to clear the next corruption, and go that do it that way.
I'll do that. So if I heal, then I reset
Yep.
my move.
Yep.
And do I still get 10 hit points,
You
even
still
though
get
that
10
would
hit-
put me above?
Yeah.
No way!
Not your speed,
That's
but
not
your
a hit
hit
point.
points, yeah.
I got it. That's
There
an
you go.
accident. All right, 1, 2. It counts for me. I don't need to do it aloud. And there we go.
And
Now
you get a
I'm at
potion
30.
also.
A potion. Okay. So my potions are here. And I can use, once I'm in combat, I can use these potions to activate things on my card, or I can use cards from my hand as potions, correct? Either which
yes,
way.
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, not the parents, says Necro. Yeah. Your parents were abducted. Exactly. Cool. And Necro says hello to Lady Rosie. All right.
So I think that's my turn, right?
Yep. That is your turn.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yay, I did a thing.
Good job. Okay, now it's my turn. I am going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to move up here to this quest and see if I can get a good quest here, because I need to get something going. All right. So sorry, guys. The cartographer. Dang it, this one. You approach a man on a donkey, his head scanning one of the many scrolls in his saddlebags. You ask him if he is lost. he grunts, looking up at you. No, your majesty. I know the way, and you are to find it. He hands you the scroll he was examining. You open it to see a map leading into the depths of Ray Bite Break. When you look up to ask why, the man is gone. Do you follow it into the forest, fighting D6 number of spiders, reduce HP by D6, times the power of the top card, and take this card? Or toss the map away, move forward 2 on the move track, and discard. Huh. Well, let's see what the spiders are going to be.
Yeah, that artifact ability is really nice.
So there's 5 spiders, and they're each 2 power each. That's 10 life. Yeah, I don't care enough about that. So I'm going to just do that. Discard. Move 2 on the movement track. 1, 2. And
hold
done.
on. You're not following that through?
Yeah.
Once he saw the spiders, he ran away.
Yeah, because I don't want to take 10
That was only
damage.
10
Because
health.
we're close to the end, so I don't have a lot. I'm not gonna have a lot of opportunities to get more life back. So
Okay.
I just decided I don't want to take that. And plus, it's gonna move me all the way up here to Ray by Break, where I don't think I mean, actually, that does put me in. Actually, that wouldn't be bad to be up there, because I'm then really close to the haberdashery and whatnot. Okay, you know what? You talked me out of it. Joe. I am gonna take it. So I'll
To be
take
able to move anywhere as it's a single move.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yes. So
Or maybe he's just persuading you to do that because that's what a warlord would do. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, if you move anywhere as if it was one space, then you would clear the corruption behind that space that you just moved.
Yeah, that follows.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
potent.
Yeah.
That is pretty potent.
Yeah. And
So I'll take that.
I mean, there is
And
plenty of time to get more
there.
HP.
And
Gotta rest in
there.
another
Yeah.
city.
Okay, I feel like there isn't, but you know what? Actually, these 2 cities still have to be searched. So yeah, that's a good point. There is still time. For some reason, I was looking at this race such as the last city. Okay, it's almost done, but that's not necessarily the case. All right, so thank you guys for being the wisdom that I needed. So I took my 10 HP loss. I'm going to move my guy way over here. I already moved me down again on the movement track. And I am done. So back to Valendro.
That way, instead of you just moving on the movement track and giving yourself free cards as the warlord, we're forcing you to clear your own corruption. See?
I was also wondering about the movement track giving warlord tokens.
I'm just going to move 1 spot over here. Is that a village?
That's a village, yes.
Yeah, and then I will rest at the village in order to...
Oh, you can
Keep
rest
my
at villages.
movement- at villages in
Yeah.
order to keep my movement track up and just take the 2 HP.
And take 2 HP, yeah, exactly. Alrighty, so yeah, you stay up at 8. And then, Joe, it's your turn.
All right. I think I'll move to the village just north of where I'm at.
Okay. And clear that corruption.
there.
Nice. F to flip. If you want to flip in, just take it yourself, yeah.
Oh, nice. Another potion.
So, yeah, exactly. I was going to say put it in your little bucket there. Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. So that was Joe, and then you're resting, so it's going to go down and then up again. Oh, and take the two life.
Oh.
For that.
Cool.
All right, back to you, Mike.
Okay. Well, I have my eye on this corruption, and so I see 1, 2, 3 marks on the map. So if I move 1, 2, 3, will that clear both of these corruptions?
No, you have to move one at a time. Is this like you're being
Yeah,
meticulous about that road you're on? So,
Okay.
Oh,
So I can
now you
move
get corruption
to-
token.
yeah, I'm not sure where that.
Oh, oops, sorry. Oh, dang,
where
nabbit.
was that?
That was right under...
I think it was,
right between the main city and... Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Oh, I'm
right there.
so sorry.
No
I
worries.
don't know. All right. So if I take this, I can move. If I take my guy, I can move either here, or
So
what is the difference?
you would move to the first one, the red one. That's essentially a
Okay.
tunnel pass. It would count as just one movement if you were the fire Mageineer or had a fire limb, but you don't. So it takes 2 movements to go through. But there's no corruption in it.
Okay, so I will take this guy and flip him,
And
and
then
then put him over here on my.
and unfortunately wait, didn't you rest in the place last time?
I did.
Okay, so that should have moved you all the way up here. So I don't know what happened there. Okay, so there's movement 1 down for that. All right, now it's my turn. And I am going to do... What do I do? Yeah. Oh, dang it. Sorry, guys. I'm really debating what I should do here. Okay, I'm going to move to Ashley's Haberdashery. All right. What you can do at Ashley's Haberdashery is you turn in a card in your hand, and you get that amount of power back as attack strength and HP. Unfortunately, because Ashley's Haberdashery is green and the raised hutch has not been freed, whatever you pay to Ashley's Haberdashery right now is going to go to the Warlord. Once raised hutch is free, it's not. But I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do 6. So I get +6 in attack strength and +6 in HP. All right, and that goes there. All right.
What do you mean what you pay goes to the...
Goes to the Warlord because it's
Man,
like...
that's something a warlord would do.
Were you asking why that is, though, Joe?
Yeah.
Because...
So it's you give up the limb and that limb goes to the warlord stash because Raise Hutch is potentially under warlord control.
So all the little icons that are green are associated with Raise Hutch, and so if they're under that control, then then that's why that goes to the Warlord, because that influence is still there. It's like there's really agents in those places to take that as like a kickback for the Warlord.
I feel really dumb. I didn't realize that the icons were colored based on the city.
No worries.
I totally see it now. Okay.
All right. So I did that. Now it's... Oh, don't move that, Francisco. Oh, I think this was... I forget where that was. Okay, so I moved as if it was 1. Oh, no. Now I move, which is that. I need to rest next time. Warlord gets this card. And we're out of cards. Uh-oh. Now what do we do? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, so now it is Valendro's turn.
I'm going to move over to the last quest and clear that corruption as well.
Drake says, what would the Warlord do? What would the Warlord do?
Well, exactly what Francisco's doing. That's what the Warlord would do. Using movements to give himself more cards. Going to the haberdashery when he knows it's locked, so he's not even losing a card to gain all that power.
I like how I have just remained entirely free of suspicion. This guy is too much of an idiot to be a warlord.
No, to be fair, you're helping clear corruption. You are helping clear corruption.
I was going to say, like, clearing corruption.
I'm going to start helping clear corruption.
Francisco's been jumping around.
I'm going to start. Don't you worry.
I promise one day...
I promise tomorrow. Yeah.
Fair enough, Necro. Necro says, "Please at least pretend you do not know he is the warlord."
Val, did you go or did I miss it?
I need to grab the quest card. I moved to the quest location and I took the corruption.
All right, go for it. I think that's the last one.
I think so too. And that is the Bronze Owl. Your Majesty, please help. You turn back to see a couple carrying their child on a mat. Our daughter is near death. We're trying to reach the Bronze Owl in the lava sands. If she sees it, she'll be healed, but it is still leagues away. We fear dying on the sands. You understand their futility and that they see you as their child's only hope. You decide to either take the girl but lose 10 HP, the Fire Owl Spirit blesses you, take this card and remove any 1 corruption, decline to help, and the parents curse your family, all allies lose 6 HP, and then discard that.
Why are you pausing on this so long?
I was reading the what the ability is.
Oh, wise
just
passion.
Yeah, discard if used as potion. Take 2 results from your draw roll this turn.
From your amplify
return
roll. Yeah.
Okay, from your amplify roll. And then return the card to your hand. So yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me to take that one. I'll lose the 10 HP.
Okay.
But I will take that and remove the corruption.
Alrighty.
And which corruption would be the best one to remove here?
I don't know.
I'm going to grab one of these ones way down here at the bottom.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
So we don't have to go back for them.
Yeah.
And
Did you put it in your pile? Okay.
that's what I'm doing, yeah. I put it in my hand to drag the board over to my pile.
Gotcha. And then, take the 10 HP loss.
Yep.
All right.
And that doesn't actually move me.
It
Okay.
does, actually. So you moved once.
Oh,
for the
that's
quest,
what I was going to ask. The bronze
and
owl
it
all the
moved-
way down there?
it moves you all the way down there, exactly.
All right. That was the other thing I wanted
So
to make sure of.
Yep. All right, Joe, your turn.
All right. I think I'm going to move up to the quest right next to where I'm at. Clear
Okay.
corruption.
That quest was done already, but yeah, you can clear that corruption for sure.
Okay.
And,
Alrighty. And now it's Mike's turn.
You're
So
muted, Mike.
you have to move one more spot here, Mike, because you don't have a fire limb or the fire Mageineer. Essentially, it's a dark
because that
tunnel
costs more.
that's hard to know where you're at as you're going
Okay.
through, unless you have a fire limb or or unless you can make light, essentially.
Which I do. Yeah, my headlight is out. Okay, yeah. So I guess I will move just that one.
Yeah. And then your next
then I
turn,
have
you'll
to
be
wait
able
till
to
next turn.
remove that corruption. Yeah, you'll be out of the tunnel.
Okay. Cool.
All right. And then for me, I am going to move to here, remove this corruption because of my cartographer ability, and I'm going to rest. I get another potion for resting, 10 HP, and move my movement track 1, 2, 3. Valandro, your turn.
Why would you not restore your limb?
Oh, I forgot I had. I totally forgot I could do that. That's something that I don't do all that often. No, thank you so much for saying something, Joe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes.
Why are you helping the warlord? That's something a warlord would do.
He's
Wow.
kind of sandbagging a little bit.
Wow.
It was like,
Okay.
He used a limb to pay for the haberdashery and then was walking around without an arm.
No, thank
wow,
you. Thank you.
That's quite a powerful limb there.
Indeed. So now when one of you shows up as the warlord, you'd be like, haha, I'm good. I'm ready for you. Okay, so that was Mike's. That was my turn? Yeah, back to you, Valandro.
yeah. And I'm going to come back up here to this city and rest.
Okay. So that does move you down 1. Unfortunately, we're out of cards, so the warlord gets no more cards. Bwahaha, warlord.
Yeah, take that warlord.
2, 3. Take a potion.
We're out of cards. That means that the warlord has as many cards as he needs.
Take a potion and get back my 10 health.
Mm-hmm. And then it is whose turn is it? Joe's turn.
All right, I'm gonna move. Let's see. Hold on. So that's I'll move up to this town,
Okay, the village.
the village, and rest there and clear this corruption.
Okay.
Let me put that in my hand. Okay, there we go. And then resting at that gives me 2 HP.
Resting, yes, 2 HP. Yep.
Okay. And essentially leaves my movement track the same. Right.
All right. Sorry, what was it? Yeah, your movement track essentially stays the same. And because there's no more cards for the Warlord to get, that doesn't matter. So.
Okay.
All right. Now it's your turn, Mike.
Okay. Make sure I'm unmuted this time. I'll go ahead and I can just move, hop right on over this corruption,
Yippers.
flip it, take it, and that's a turn, right?
Yes. And do you want to pay a potion at the brigand camp or take minus 3 HP to get in a scrap with them and take some of their stuff, or gamble for some of their stuff?
So let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potions.
So not enough, I think is what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm just counting. So, why don't I pay the 3 HP?
Okay.
And then do something scrappy.
Then so roll 3 dice and you keep 2 results.
Okay. So and then roll.
Yeah.
And then
So
5.
The ones
That's like
aren't
less than average on 2.
The ones aren't good, so you would take essentially the 4. Well, I didn't see him roll the 5. I saw him roll those ones.
So this is success based, not addition based.
Correct.
Okay. Well, now I get it. Okay.
If you roll a 5, that'll give you 5 extra attack.
Yeah, but he rolled 2 1s and a 4. So
and then I added rather than I misunderstood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought that it was addition, not success based. So I got a 4.
Okay.
Which gives me 4 HP.
Yep. So you get that. But then, and the ones would be disabled, which would be bad in combat, but you're not in combat right now, so nothing else happens.
Okay. Good.
All right.
All right.
That's your turn. I'll move you down 1. All right. Now it is my turn. I am going to...
I do have one quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
I only just thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the damage from that quest, the 10 damage to go to the sense, do I still roll to see if I can negate that, or is it only for fighting in combat?
That's only for fighting, because that'd be you moving through lava sands, essentially taking that... as opposed to a shot going between your legs, or you're sort of spindly, so it'd be easier to miss you.
No, and that's what I wanted to make sure of, just because it says when damaged.
Yeah, so. I only have so much space on there to.
No, that's
a good clarification for sure. Yeah. All right,
that'll go in the appendix or back in the in the back of the instruction manual.
Exactly. Yes. All right, I'm gonna move to this city and I'm going to clear this corruption by doing it because of my cartographer thing. All right, here we go. Raise Hutch. Let's see how horrible this is. Oh yeah, it's not going to be that as bad, because so when this happens, when cards are all gone, we're essentially going to roll for I'm going to borrow 1 dice from each of us so that we still have dice to roll in case there's amplifies.
So these things can't be any higher than a 6. Which is
good.
Better than
but
rolling.
It's still going to be times 3 total.
Times 3.
Yeah. So let's see what all these are here. All right.
Roll ones.
Okay, not too bad at all. All right.
Okay.
So we have, let's see, 2, 4, 10, so 30 life. Oh, but then this guy's special is it's times 2 health, so he's actually at 60 life.
Wow.
But he's only going to attack for 4. I'm sorry. He's going to attack for 4 times 3, 12 damage with a speed of 18.
Okay, so he's so basically he's tanky, but he's got a weak-wristed slap.
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that, I think. So I'm going to attempt to take him out myself, guys. We'll see how this goes. This may be horrible. Okay. So I'm not going to ask for help. All right. So I'm going to start off by attacking him with, let's see. Do I want to use, I can't do that team up because there's no team here. Actually, let's see. Mike, are you close enough? Let's see. I'm not.
I don't know
how close you guys are. Yeah, because I'd only want. So I'd want to team up with either Valendro or Mike. Defender. Yeah, I don't think either of our team ups are very good. So
yeah,
for
there's no
this
mountain
situation,
pass.
yeah, and you're too far away. So okay. Oh wait, 1, 2. You could get there, Mike.
Okay.
Let me look at what yours is. Enable action. Use until new action. Enable all limbs. Actually, you know what? If you could come help me, Mike, that would be great. Would you be willing to do that?
Just 1 second here.
Okay.
So that's actually another good question right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking one person for help. Can you ask
if you want to come help? Yeah. Oh, you're asking like, can you ask multiple people for help? Essentially.
Well, because in the first one you asked everybody to come help.
Yeah.
In this one, you're asking one person to come help. Can you define who comes and helps, or is it a call out to everybody?
Let's see. I'm looking at how much movement I have left, and if I see here, I've got 2 movement, but I see 1, 2, 3.
The corruption doesn't count as a move space. So
there's nothing under it. Okay, so it's just 1, 2.
Yeah.
So I can move 2, and it gives the Warlord a card.
Yes, but there's no more cards left. So the Warlord would not get a card.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does it remove this since I moved over it?
No, because you're moving past it. Yeah.
I'm moving past it, not moving. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. I mean,
to
answer your question, Valendro, I think it. So this whole team ups thing is new, so that's why I'm asking for certain people. I guess.
Right. No, and I understand the team up thing. That's just
so. Here's what I'll say. Yes, you guys can all come help me if you would like. There is not going to be any loot though, because there's no limbs really for loot cards. So if you don't want to help, that's fine. I just thought it'd be cool to test out one of these team up abilities. But I can't team up with Joe. So, I mean, Joe could come over and help, but I can't do a team up with him. Right. I can only team up with, so each of us can team up with 2 of the others. So, if that wasn't clear.
Okay. So the rewards are going to be pretty low in terms of game mechanics, but it's also a valuable experience in terms of testing how do these game mechanics work together.
Yes, exactly.
Then, if we're trying to alpha test the game and try to find the limits, I say we find the limits. Let's do this. Okay. I'll move I'll have to rest next turn. But we're going to be here at a city, so
yes, exactly.
Good place for it.
Yeah.
Let's get on with our big magical robot punchy.
Did you want to help also? Let's see. You, Joe or Valendro, I think you both have the movement to get over here. So if you wanted to help too, you can.
Yeah, I certainly do, and I will.
All right. So let me move you guys all down 1. Oh, whoa, not you. Okay, you're down 1 and I'm down 1 also. Alrighty, guys. So, then let's see who gets to go first. 13, 26, 21. So Valendro, you get to go first, and it might be good if you try initiating your junk. Here's the thing with yours. There's no junk to use for your Junknado. So it'd be only a team up to try to get other people's team ups going. Like you could partner with Joe, and then his team up has a damage ability. But your team up would unfortunately be pretty just nothing right now.
Yeah, I would say my team up is not anything spectacular. Let's see. We could team up with Joe or who is.
Or you can team up with me, or both of us. You could team up with both of us.
I can team up with both of you?
Yeah, it's and or, so yes.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so if I do the team up with both, it activates both team up powers, like every team
Yeah,
up
it
power?
acts. So essentially, here's the way I think about it. You say, I would like to team up with Joe and Francisco, with Saffron and Riviera. We don't have to. We can decide. No, I don't want. I have some other strategy. I don't want to team up with you. But let's say we both teamed up with you. Then your team up ability would happen. Joe's team up ability would happen, and my team up ability would all happen as one action. So all our turns would be spent. Then it would be Mike's turn. Then it'd go back to you, Val, and then it'd go in the speed order.
Okay, because
I wasn't sure.
I don't have a team up ability then.
Yeah, we all do. Yours is hunkered down.
Oh.
So
because it says team up special. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. Okay.
No, see, I thought only one triggered. Okay, that's much different there.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of
And so hunkered
cascades.
down is join with fire and water. Mageineer's damage you take is reduced by 1 until new action taken, right?
Mhm.
2-1.
So that's
That's
only for you, though. Your damage
Right.
is reduced by 1. But it enables all the limbs of the team member. So if we got into a spot where all the people in your team up had disabled limbs, like maybe they shielded from damage and they had a lot of disables, that'd be great to get everyone back up to full enable.
Okay, now I get it. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And that's also a way for you to just take only 1 hit of damage no matter what's coming at you, as long as you stay hunkered down.
Okay.
All right.
Andor? What?
Yeah, so in that case, I definitely think it would be beneficial to try teaming up with both.
Okay.
Seeing if we can trigger both. That way we get the attack in, plus your bonus of either potions or gaining HP.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's go ahead and do that then. I'm willing to team up. Joe, do you want to team up or do you want to do your own thing?
So if I do that, it'll also trigger my team up?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so first off, your team up, and we'll just do this in order of speed. So for your team up, you have Junkyard, Valendro. There's nothing in the junk pile to use for damage, so you essentially just blow at him. Just go, did that hurt you? And he looks at you like, what do you think this is? You're playing with the big boys now. And then it goes to Joe, who his focus fire ability is attack with normal attack strength plus 10. And then if defender's limbs are disabled or destroyed, which I think you're going to critical hit him. So you'll get to pick which limb is destroyed. You get that. So how much damage does that end up being, Joe?
It'll be 32.
32 damage. Flame on. Okay, and which limb do you want destroyed? Normally it would be one of the 2s, but if you want the 6, you can choose that.
Yeah, I'll take the 6.
All right.
Destroy that.
So now he's down that much. Awesome. And now my team up is defender gives 1 potion to each player in the team. If defender has no potions, they give 5 HP to each player. So he has no potions, so he's going to take 15 damage. And me, Valendro, and Joe get plus 5 HP.
Cool.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so that is our attack. I think we've softened him up for you there, Mike.
Okay. So in that case, I can just go ahead and do an attack, is what we're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and then attack for my attack is 18.
Plus the 4?
Oh, plus the 4. I forget that. Plus 4. So that's 22.
22? I will regrow again.
Yeah, no, you won't. Goodbye.
You're right, I won't. You called me my bluff. Okay, so all of us, for this one, our reward is we all get plus 5 to our HP. So that's just the reward for defeating the jungle one. So increase your HP by 5, everyone, because we were all attacking. There's no loot here, so no one gets anything. Mike, you got the kill shots. You get to just have this as a trophy. And I am going to search the city. All right. And so now that we did all that, everyone came in to help. It goes back to me. Oh, no, it was my turn. You all helped me. So, yeah, it would go back to me. Now, since there's... Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, I searched the city. Okay, so here's what it is. You guys can elect... You guys can elect to... No, you'd have to wait a turn. I'm just thinking through something real quick, guys. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to go back to Valendro because you're the next person. You all came and helped me, so you used up all your turns, but it's then... That's confusing. I got to think through that more. Hold on, let me note something down, guys.
Roger, roger.
Okay. For now, I think what we're going to do is... Okay, let me think about this. I moved in, and then you guys used essentially your next turn to move in. So then I would go again. So that's what I'm going to elect to do. So I'm going to move to... Let's see. Where's my little standy guy? I'm going to move to this one. And is there any corruption along that way? Yes, this one. So I'll clear that corruption. And I'm going to search this city. Okay. And now it goes back to Valendro.
All right.
So we still have one city left. Oh, but if you guys want to rest, that would make sense also.
I mean, I am totally going to rest.
Yeah. No, I am resting. I do need to gain some health.
Okay. Move that back. Yeah, so here's what we do. If you just... Okay, so you rested. Did you take your potion?
Not yet.
Okay. Joe, are you doing the same or are you doing something else?
Yeah, I'm also going to rest.
Okay.
So I get a potion, and then I get 10 health.
Yep, 10 health.
Oh, and I get my movement back.
Yep.
And
It goes back
Warlord would
3,
lose.
not all the way. So 1, 2,
Oh, okay.
it'd go up to 5.
Okay.
The Warlord would lose that last initial corruption.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Boop. There you go. Alrighty. So, and then Mike, what do you want to do?
All right, so I'm going to rest 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Potion. And then 10.
Okay. I likewise am going to rest. 1, 2, 3, 10. Potion. And go up to 8. Back to you, Valendro.
I'm going to move to the haberdashery, but I'm not going to be using it.
Okay.
And I will clear the corruption next turn.
All right. Joe.
All right, let's see. See how many steps along the way. 1, 2, 3. How many steps can I move? 5.
Yes, 5. And we can move through Seneschal now, the capital city. So you can move through there now. It's open.
Is this the one I'm waving right now? Is that pathway a single? So like would coming down?
Exactly. Yes, that's going between the 2 ferries essentially.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Now,
like
and
a
is
road, but not really. Go ahead.
So the capital is open because we freed all the other cities.
Almost. It's through a series. There's 4 gates on it essentially. A gate is removed for every city freed or quest done. So
okay,
it probably should have been freed a while ago, and I just forgot. But yeah, that's
that
what
makes
happens.
sense.
Yeah.
Double check me and make sure what I'm going to do here is legit. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5 would put me here, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I was thinking 5 would get me to the city.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Man, there's a lot of little stops along the way. Trying to figure out if I can. 1, 2. If I rest.
Hello again.
If I rest there, would I be able to clear that corruption?
Your next turn, if you moved back, you went this turn though.
Yeah, you can only move 1 spot to clear a corruption.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I missed that. All right.
Okay, so you can't. It's not you move It's not you move 1 past the corruption. You move 1 spot, which clears corruption.
Yeah, that's why I moved to the haberdashery. So next turn I can move 1 spot, come here, and it will clear that corruption.
Okay. In that case, I might as well go ahead and move to the. So are we able to rest in the capital?
Yeah, you can rest in the capital. You can do everything in the capital you can do in Ashley's haberdashery, a village, or a city.
I'll go ahead and rest in the capital then.
Okay, that's fine.
Just so I can move my bead on the way up there.
And yeah, get a potion, get 10 life, all that jazz.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty. Mike.
Okay. I am. Okay. Purple is
Valendro.
Yeah.
Valendro. Valendro, are you planning on clearing that corruption on your next turn?
Yeah, that's why I stopped there, so I can clear that corruption and rest at the capital.
Then what I'm going to do...
Hopefully Final Fantasy VII was fun.
Is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. I'll rest at the... Oh, hold on. Here's the next question.
You can only move 3, so keep that in mind too.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I'll move 3. I'll rest at the capital, and then whatever doesn't get cleared...
You can clear next in the next one.
I'll clear next turn.
Sounds good. All right.
There are 2 other directions from the capital, so that works.
Yep. Exactly. I need to zoom out.
All right. Yeah, 10 HP. You beat the DLC. Nice. Ready to start Final Fantasy VII Rebirth next week. Fantastic, Cellcast.
Oh, I need to play through that DLC.
Alrighty, guys. So that's Mike. Now it's my turn. I'm going to move all the way over here. I think I would probably go along. Let's see. Could I go? Yeah, I could go this way, so I could clear this corruption. Whoa, not into my hand. Clear that corruption. Put it there. And
that's right, because of your ability, you can...
Exactly, yeah. And then I'm going to search this city. It's the last city. All right, So one of us.
That's devious and didn't work out the way I thought it would.
What was that?
That's the final zone. We're gonna start the final fight now. We're not gonna get it clear anymore.
Yeah, someone has been duplicitous and is the warlord, and now we have to worry about them stabbing one of us in the back. So, yikes! Because I cleared that, and there was, yeah.
Wait, one of you would actually do that?
Yeah, one of us has been so enticed by the White Witch, I mean the warlord, that for not Turkish delight, that we are going to, yes, stab our siblings in the back.
I thought that was only a maybe. Like, you were all so nice. Okay.
Okay, so that was my turn.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Back to you, Valandro.
All right. Well, just as I said, I'm going to go right there, clear that corruption, and I'm going to rest for some extra health.
Okay.
Kind of seems right that the final showdown is like trying to seize the capital.
All right, let's see what is in the.
So, here's the thing, guys. This has never really worked out this way. When what's supposed to happen is that if the way so that because if one of us is the warlord and then we're all the cities are freed, it's like, okay, what else is there to do? Is the warlord just gonna, because that implies that the warlord found their own base. So are we just gonna hop around and just not how the game gets to conclusion is if one of you calls, oh, okay, so this still works out. Okay, when that happens, one of us calls for counsel, or I forget what the terminology should be. It's something like call for counsel or a call for securing the kingdom, something like that. All that mechanically, what that means is everyone tries to get to the capital, and if all the players that aren't the warlord get to the capital, the warlord is expelled. You don't necessarily defeat him, but the Mageineers win the game because they've freed the cities.
Seems right.
Yeah.
So wait. How do we know now? Like, one of us has to make that call.
Yeah, one of you has to essentially say, "I call for counsel."
Is that your turn if you do that?
We'll say yes. That is your turn. So let me write that down. Takes turn. All right. So I just went. Okay. So and then wait, Val, did you just go?
Yeah, I just went.
Okay.
So if three of us reach the capital, we can call for counsel or whatever, and as long as the three of us that are there are not the warlord, we win. Is that what I'm understanding?
Kind of, sort of. So essentially, here's what it would be: one of you, someone calls for counsel if they see, like, okay, if the cities are freed and there's no warlord, what's going on? So when that happens, that takes their turn to call for counsel. Then the other players try to get to the capital. If all the players reach the capital after counsel has called that aren't the warlord, then they win. So the Mageineers win.
Okay.
How do we
get there before the warlord?
Yes. Okay. But if the here's the thing, if okay, so yes. Well, what were you going to ask, Mike?
I didn't have a question. I'm just listening.
Okay. So I guess I'll just sort of out myself. I was the warlord. I think in this situation, you guys automatically win, though, because you're all three at the capital.
and we all knew.
Well, you didn't know. You didn't know.
Every move except for your very last thing of letting me move that turn has been super suspicious. We knew.
I mean, at that point, yeah, it seems right. Like, all of us have seized the capital.
Yeah. So you guys,
so we just call for council and basically at this point we would say call for council and show our hands.
yeah, I guess that would
And
be
at
what
this
you
point
would
we
do.
would win.
Is
Yeah, show your hand. I
you
like
put
that.
all your hands down in front of you. Yeah, that's
hold
actually
on,
great.
hold on.
Yeah.
There could be a danger in this, though, right? So if you're going to show your hand, what if one of the people in the capital is the warlord? Now we've shown our entire hands to the warlord, and does that trigger the final battle? Like,
No,
I mean,
that would essentially say, if the warlord was there, let's do this. Okay, let's pretend that Mike was the warlord, or I don't really have to change that out. Let's pretend Mike was the warlord. I don't know why I did that. Let's pretend Mike was the
we're
warlord.
going to pretend that Mike is the warlord. Everybody attack him. Okay, I win.
So Valendro calls council. Mike's the warlord. I'm out here. I haven't gotten there yet. So Joe is like, okay, I'm going to show my cards. Or I think for calling council, you have to show your cards. So Valendro shows his cards. Then it's Joe's turn. Okay, Joe's going to show his cards. All right, then it's Mike's turn because I haven't been able to get down here yet. Mike can be like, haha, guys, I'm the warlord, and start attacking. So
yeah,
that's,
and if I'm able to defeat the two of you before reinforcements arrive.
well, I mean, you would still have to contend with me when I got there, but yes, you have to
Gotcha.
get us all to 0 essentially to win as the warlord.
that's a bit of a gamble, and maybe that's a good game mechanic, but it's a gamble to call the council then because we're having to show you our hand.
That's true. You would have to do that. You don't lose your hand, but you would have to show your hand.
Sure, but then
but you're proving that you're not the warlord also.
Right, but if Mike was the warlord, he would know exactly what was coming at him.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, to be fair, we can already see how many cards we have in our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
we
can't see
don't
what
know
you
if
have.
one of them's the warlord.
Well, right. We don't know if one of them's a warlord. I just mean, if something were to happen, we do already know how many cards are there. We don't necessarily know what those cards do, but we know those are at least potion cards. And we more or less understand what the effects are if we've played it before.
Yeah.
And so we know that there's going to be effects on those as well. I don't think showing our cards necessarily gives away what we have so much.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. It doesn't give away what you have. Not at all.
I mean,
I think it would be worth.
It gives away, but unless you know exactly what's going on, like you're seeing, okay, there's a 4 and a 2 and a whatever. There's his hand's got card. There's no warlord in there. You're not taking the time to scrutinize what the cards are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that it would be worth testing a couple of different ways. Like I would say save a setup like this and just run through the scenario a couple of times. What does it look like if the warlord is so many different ways away? Because we have to think about the possibilities of this in an actual live play 1,000 times over out in the wild.
Yeah.
Somebody could be out and over here. What does the showdown look like if there are 3 folks here and somebody struggling to get to the capital to bring fresh reinforcements?
What happens there is they're just using their movement track. They can get there with whatever movement they have. So essentially, an attack round would happen. Warlord's attacking. Mageineer's there attacking. Then it goes to the person that's not theirs turn to try to get there with the movement they have. Okay, let's say they can move 2 spots. They move 2 closer. Then it goes back to the combat round. Then it goes back to that person, tries to move maybe 1 space. And so they're inching their way there while combat is happening. That's how that would work, Mike. Does that make sense?
So this is, I guess, where the social deduction aspect comes into play. Sorry, I kind of interrupted there.
You go ahead.
We're going to have to be fairly confident that the 3 of us that are in the capital are not the warlord. Because
it's going to get ugly with 2v1 with the warlord.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and this is my first time playing it with some of these upgraded rules. Like, this is my first time playing it since all these corruption have been there.
Yeah, the corruption's new for me too.
So I'm curious. Like, again, if we go back to how it was, I was up here when you pulled the last card, and you didn't out yourself immediately. And so I was able to clear corruption and move here still. If you had outed yourself, or even if I did move and you outed yourself after, what would the power of the warlord look like right now with all these different corruptions on the board.
Oh, okay.
We've completely gone through the junk pile, so he's sitting on quite a few cards.
Yeah.
And we've actually taken, not just to clear the corruption, but some of us have taken the time to Saffron over here is sitting at 93 health.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Finish up, and then we'll circle back.
My point is, with this adjusted system, what would the Warlord's power look like at this point? What would the
if you guys would like to stick around,
yeah, can I jump in here real quick with a request? Why don't we pretend that we did the social deduction wrong? We thought I was the Warlord. Why don't we call Council, show it, and then see what that combat looks like, just to test?
We could do that. Absolutely.
What do you other folks think about that?
I'm not opposed to that. My request was going to be just to set up the Warlord as if we were fighting him, because I was curious what the power rating would be for the Warlord with this new system.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I'm fine with that. It would give both of our questions an answer.
So here's then let's do this. Yeah, let's switch me and Mike's spots. We're gonna pretend you guys think he's the Warlord or whatever. So you're gonna call Council.
Oh no, it's totally not Francisco.
Yeah, why would it be me, guys? I'm Riviera.
Because I have those shifty eyes and that twirling mustache.
I would create waves for you guys to surf on when we were kids. Why would I go against you guys? All right, so let's pretend that. So Valendro, you call Council. I
call Council.
Okay, you show your cards. I'm not sure where you want to do that. Maybe just below your board.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay. So I can, and then I can just slap them down.
Okay.
There's my cards.
Okay. You prove that you're not the Warlord, and then take them back. All right. So you did that. Now it would be Joe's turn.
Yep. Whoa. Something weird just happened. Okay. I tried to shift click them out of my hand. It drug them all to the board.
Oh.
And then kept 3 of them in my hand anyway. So.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I held shift, or I shifted, clicked them all, and then I was able to drag them out of my hand.
Yeah.
Onto the board.
So those are yours. Yeah. So you take those back into your hand now, Joe.
Okay.
And then I start to reveal mine. See, guys? Not the Warlord. Oh, wait, I am the Warlord. And so then I would put this guy here. I would put this one there. And I would start staying up. I would essentially move this leg here. This one. Yeah, there we go. Well, get back there. Let's get this leg on top. All right. There. This one goes. Come on. There we go. This one goes here. This guy goes. Come on. There we go. Riviera goes over here. I take all these into my hands, as well as these ones. All right. And then now I have to increase my life by the extra, so 3 extra speed. And then these lower ones were, so that's how much extra? 8. And then 7. That's 15. And then 3, so 18 extra life. And then the corruption that's left on the board is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 6 extra attack strength. I get 6 extra speed. And I get 6 extra HP. All right, so you're looking at a Warlord Golem with 51 attack strength, 22 speed, and 87 HP. And that cannot be counterattacked because Riviera's specialization is there. Can attack you all at the same time or attack one of you and absorb half of your health. So that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, no, the warlord abilities are fairly. That is a massively overpowered warlord.
Yeah, that's why you do not want to fight this guy.
I honestly don't think it is, given you guys each have
It's 3v1.
a good amount of cards. If you guys want to try doing the battle, we can.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I mean,
okay. Well, we are like 5 minutes to when I said it would be. So if you guys have time, we could do it. But if you guys have to go, then we should stop.
What's the estimated time of this sort of fight? Is it going to take more than like?
I'd say 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd say probably.
Don't stress yourselves, guys, for this. It's
I'm
okay.
not going to stress myself.
Joe Valendra, what are you guys thinking?
I can hear my wife feeding the dogs and getting food ready, but I don't have to be anywhere today.
Okay, so you need it now. Okay, can I take a 5-minute break so I can we got a family project and and these people need dough. Like they need dough now.
Okay.
Like literal dough. And I know the recipe in my head. So give me like 5 minutes.
Sure thing.
And then I'll be back.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. See how many potions do I have to stop you guys?
Yeah, probably.
Valendra over here with like 35 potions.
20 potions.
I have a few potions. Did you say 20?
No, I don't know. I'm just it's that you have a ton, so
I have 6.
I don't think I have much more than that.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. They were just all stacked up.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys tabletop guys normally outside of this?
On occasion, yeah.
I enjoy tabletop stuff. There aren't so many people that. Well, I have a monthly Gloomhaven group. That's but outside that, not as much as I would like. How about you?
I just got my delivery of Wormspan yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Not had a chance to try it out yet. But
do you have Wingspan or?
Yeah, we love Wingspan.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have either. I haven't played either, but that's awesome.
We played probably 100 games of Wingspan.
Oh wow!
Our best friends love it. It's their go-to. So
very cool.
Let's get a medieval version of this with dragons. That sounds pretty cool.
That's awesome. Let me try a mute mic from my end. Let's see. Mute. Okay, there we go. What board games do you tend to like to play, Valendra, when you have the chance?
Friend of mine has a collection of board games, and when we get the chance, we'll break out one of his. He's kickstarted a bunch of them, but
cool.
We don't do a whole lot of board gaming. Usually, if we do something, it's Dungeons and Dragons or a similar TTRPG.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Hey, can you guys help me? Do you know what OSR stands for in the context of, like, I think pencil and paper RPGs?
OSR?
I don't.
Okay. I keep seeing these videos about OSR, and I think it's a D&D-like thing that from the 80s, but I don't really know. And I've never taken the time to look it up.
Old school revival? Yeah. Like
old school RuneScape is the only thing that's popping up for me.
Let's see. I'll share this in the Discord.
Okay.
Okay.
Old
it
school
looks like
Renaissance.
it was something Dungeons and Dragons related.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Draws inspiration from the earliest days of tabletop in the 1970s, especially Dungeons and Dragons, because of loose network gamers. Okay, cool. Thank you, Joe.
I wasn't familiar with this at all before.
Yeah. Old school. Let's see. So catching up with chat.
Yeah, I saw old school Renaissance, and I saw old school RuneScape as well. So.
Original set rules? No, I guess not. Yeah. Original old school Renaissance is what it seems to be. Let's see. Cellcast says, I was able to beat it 3.5 hours, so definitely doable in the next week. Nice. So the Roy Lord lost again. I'm not Roy. It's Francisco. Cellcast. Yes, beat the Roy. Oh my gosh. Beat the Warlord to a pulp. I think you keep mistyping war as ROY. I don't know why. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked or something, Drew. I don't know what's going on here.
Roy, what is it good?
Oh my gosh! No. Wow! Wow! Is this what this has come to? I see. But Drake, Cellcast, Dale, if you're still there, what are you guys looking forward to today? And Joe and Valendra, what are any fun plans for today?
No, my dad. I've got to go help my dad finish setting up some equipment this afternoon, but that's it.
Okay, nice.
It's nice weather here. I might try to go fishing or maybe play some pickleball.
Nice.
Wormspan we might try out.
Bring everyone in your doom and gloom, Warlord, or did you lose?
Well, I did technically lose. We're gonna try the final battle though, just to see how it goes, because they won through without battling me.
Well,
How?
Victory through diplomacy.
Yes, victory.
Yeah.
It's 3v1.
Victory through social deduction.
So
You were like a warlock, just wishing magic was a thing.
oh
Because
my
it was
gosh.
very hard to
So
determine
how
that
did they beat you with that?
That-
he was
so-
the Lord.
So see here in the middle.
Yeah.
If everyone that's not the warlord can get to the middle sea, seneschal, and show their hands that they're not the warlord, then they win, because they've essentially shown that they've defeated all the cities, they've completed all the important things, and they've been able to recontrol the city.
Oh.
So your parents are still gone, but you've at least been able to free the sea. So it's not a full victory. It's not a full victory.
Okay.
That's okay. Mom and Dad weren't the best. They're kind of mean,
Wow.
a little
I
overbearing.
bet you're gonna lose though.
Thanks,
Let's
my
bet
son.
$10. Okay, we bet $10.
Wow.
We're
Wow.
gonna lose. Make sure he loses.
My son wants you guys to make sure I lose. That's
I mean,
great.
technically you already lost. So.
You know what, Joe? I think he means make sure I lose again, which I won't. Hopefully.
He wants to pour salt on the wound.
Yeah, exactly.
They're permanently attached to the screen.
Let's see. I lost the chat. Where'd the chat go? Drake says, it's basically the original D&D is old school Renaissance. Possibly migrating some email is what you're going to do. Maybe streaming something. It's part of this complete one. Yes, exactly. Let me unmute you, Mike, because I did that. Whoops, not that. Hold on. No, oh my gosh, I'm messing things up. Hold on. I know. Hold on. I can't hear you, Mike.
Now that
Okay,
sounds delicious.
now we should be able to
I
hear
mean,
you.
I could hear, but I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you guys could hear Mike? Maybe I just
Yeah,
muted
no, it
for
only
me.
mutes it for you.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, then, if we have leftovers for the fencing team, y'all are invited to come on over, have some cabbage
Sweet.
curry buns, because, I've been tweaking the
that
recipe for
does-
5 years.
That sounds really good.
Indeed.
Yeah, they're like
Does sound good.
vegetarian hand pies. And so,
Oh,
since,
cool.
yeah,
That
and
sounds
we
good.
make sure that, we make it like halal and vegetarian, so everybody on the fencing team can have some if they want it. So,
Nice. Dale says it goes to council. They split into 3 different committees: one to think about it, the second to sleep on it, and the third to forget about it. Game over. Wow, Dale. All right. So in
I love
this
that.
case, Mike is away from everyone. You'll be able to, though. You have 8 movement, so you'll be able to get there in the next turn. But I'm competing against Joe and Valendro. I spring this on you, so I get to attack. Well, yeah, I think I'd attack you first because you didn't discover my encampment. So I'm attacking first. I get to take 2 actions, one for the warlord, one for Riviera. I don't get to do a team up because Riviera doesn't get any team ups. Or the warlord doesn't get to team up. Essentially, it doesn't work out that way. What I am going to do first is I am going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my barrage attack with the warlord, which attacks both of you in any order I want. I'm going to do battle rage to double my damage, so I'll be attacking with 102 damage. But everyone that has fire limbs or is the fire Mageineer, which looks like it's only Joe right now. So Joe, you'll get 2 die rolls plus the 1 for your gem. So you get to roll 3 dice. I'm going to get to roll how many? 2 dice.
Oh, didn't mean to take them. I meant to roll them. Hold on.
All right. So I get 5 extra attack.
No, I think you get 3 dice. Isn't one of your legs also fire?
Oh, thank you. You're right. I'll roll that. I think I'll still take this. Oh, so yeah, just plus 5 attack. Thank you, though, Valandra. All right, so I'm actually going to be attacking for 112 damage, and we'll start with Joe.
All right, so I got to roll 3 dice. What do I get? Is that on the...
So you can get a plus 4 to HP, plus 2 to HP, or you can disable a limb. I would suggest disabling the limb.
Yeah, I'll disable a limb. Let's go with your 10 arm.
What? No. You're disabling your own limb. It's like a too much of a surge of power. It affects you. It doesn't affect me. I'm like, really? You want? I was kidding, but sure, yeah. Disable your arm. That's fine.
All right, I'll take 4 extra health here.
And now this calls into question something we brought up before, and I think I already know the answer. I do just want to be sure.
Yeah.
I know one thing that was brought up before, and especially now with these kind of power levels, is supporting your allies. So I know there's now the support abilities, the team-up skill. But there was also the idea of using a potion to block for someone, or using your ability, one of your ability cards to help modify an ally. Has any of that come into play, or
so there
any of that work?
There hasn't been really a need for that I've found. Okay. So we're still going to play it as in you don't help your allies with potions or whatnot.
Really? Because when I saw this, I thought that when it says enable all your limbs. So that is exclusively.
Are you talking about your hunker down ability?
No, I'm talking about a card I have in my hand.
Oh yeah.
At first, I had read it as or enable all limbs or restore a limb, and I'm like, oh no, it's restore one of your own limbs.
Yes, exactly.
So we don't have a party healer. Okay.
I mean, you are kind of a party healer because in your extra action, you can enable or disable any one limb, which means yours, teammates, mine, the warlords, etc. So if it says any in a card, that means like throughout the whole game.
What are my actions? What are my possibilities here?
Oh, so you can dispel my attack with a potion.
Okay.
You can, let's see, my speed is currently at 22. Your speed is 21, so you can't absorb the damage, unfortunately, because you're just too shy away of that. So
you can adjust the.
No, once you lock it in, it's sort of there the rest of the game.
Okay.
So yeah, you can use a potion, or if you have a 3 in your hand, you can use that to just cancel the effect with a not today card.
All right. I will use a potion then.
A potion? Okay, so let's put it out here by the potion tracker just so we can keep track. So, so Mike, this is new to you, this whole dispel override. So he just used a potion to...
Everything's new to me,
that's fair. Good point. He just used a potion to... I mean, you haven't seen this in the game before. So potion to dispel. Now this track moves up 1. I am going to use one of my potions to overpower that dispel. So I want to get my attack through. So now it's going to cost Joe 2 potions to dispel my overpower. 1, 2. Now it's going to cost me 3 potions, which I'm going to use. 3 potions to get that through.
Okay, I don't have 5 potions left.
All right. Well, you have potions in your cards too.
Oh, that's true. Good call. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this becomes a battle of attrition as to who can.
Well, it's kind of, but you'll notice I've gone through now most of my potions, And I still have Valendro with tons of potions. So it is attrition is also like how much do you want to commit to this attack that you're making and how much you want to try to defend it. So there's that element too.
So I'll throw that down as a potion and go ahead and spend the rest of my potions here.
Okay. All right. Now it would cost me 8 potions to get the attack through. Now if I did, you wouldn't have an out, and you would. And actually, since we're testing, I'm just going to go ahead and do that, Joe, since I don't want this to be prolonged. Yeah. Otherwise, I would probably reserve myself some because I want to still have some potions. Sure. But I am going to attempt to now I have to pay 8. All right, I'm gonna go for it. So let me get these down here. 1, come on, select. Jiminy. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, that was on me.
That's fine. So there's 3 potions, 6 potions.
Oh my gracious.
And then I'm going to use this for 8 potions. So I'm able to overpower everything. You can't dispel it anymore.
Right.
So you essentially take the 112 damage.
Holy criminy.
And there's no way to like block any of that with a limb.
No, if you were Twig, you could roll to try to disregard all that damage, but you don't. So here's what's going to happen.
He just down.
I'm dead.
Yeah, you die, but you get an opportunity to cling to life. So I'm going to put these 2 cards. These are the only 2 cards in the junk pile we have. You're going to draw 1, and I'm going to draw 1. If you get the high card there's a 10 and a 4, so one of them is going to get the high card. If you get the high card, you survive with 1 life for potentially 1 more turn. If I get the high card, then you die, and you will essentially, your Juggernaut is destroyed, but you will get to maintain. You get to pick one of your arm limbs to keep, and then you'll be sort of next to it you're essentially just alive as your Mageineer, firing with this one arm in the ground. You will only get a shot off if you do a die roll every time you attack. If your arm that you keep is an even number, you have to roll an even number on the dice. If it's an odd number, you have to roll an odd number. If you mismatch that, you don't get an attack off. If you do, you get to attack with that 7 or whatever it is.
This is a way of keeping a player with a dead mech in the game.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
All right. So I'll draw it here. And I'm gonna flip it out.
Yeah, we'll flip on 3, and I'll flip this one for me since I'm the opposer ruler. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. So you are destroyed. Unfortunately.
Wait, no! I thought you got the 10.
No, I did the 10.
Well, now I feel like my reaction was entirely inappropriate.
You actually are the warlord, aren't you, Mike? All right. Oh, so do you want do you want to keep the 10 or the 7 for an?
Yeah, I want to keep the 10.
The 10. Okay. So all the other limbs will go into the junk pile here.
Okay.
Come on, you. Work with me. Okay. This actually is still in the junk pile for now. Okay. Then this goes away too.
Okay.
These go away.
So what attack do I have left? Just the 10 then?
Just the 10, and you'll have to, every time it's your turn, you'll have to roll an even number to get that 10 damage off. Okay. So you'll just roll a dice. If it's 1, 3, or 5, you don't get the attack off. If it's 2, 4, or 6, you do.
Okay.
All right. So now
I actually think that this is really interesting to explore because we didn't get to do this last time I played.
Yeah. So. All right. So now now I'm attacking Valendro, also for 112 damage with my barrage attack. What are you going to do, Valendro?
It's the same attack for both of us?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure
my barrage.
Since you were attacking. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was the same attack damage for both or if it was something that had to be split.
No. So barrages
Okay.
attack all enemies in any order with my attack strength, which is right now 112 because of my
Correct.
Amplify ability.
Well, first off, I need to roll to see if I even take damage.
Yeah, definitely do that.
So let's go ahead and roll that. And that's a 2. So we are still going to have to decide on what to do there.
Yes.
But I will throw out a potion.
Okay. And I am going to now do a 3, not today. So unless you have a 3 also, you can you're going to have to take the damage.
Oh, well, then I'm dead.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's walk this back. Your speed is a lot higher. So,
Right.
okay. So you didn't want to, you can still absorb all that into your limb, your strongest limb if you want. Because
right.
Yeah, because your speed is higher.
The whole point, though, is the strongest limb would be the leg, and then that would reduce the limb, which would more or less murder everything I've got going on anyway. But sure, let's go ahead and... Where's the...
Let's see. We're sort of out of disable.
There's one up here.
Yeah, just take that. Perfect.
All right. So we'll go ahead and... I forgot about the whole limb absorbing thing. I haven't done that.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. So I will just absorb that then.
Okay. So, but I did use this Amplify card, so it looks like I'm the only one that's going to roll anything for it. So I roll my 3 die. All right, I'll take the 5 extra damage. Man, getting lucky with that.
Technically, I'm still fire.
Yeah, but there's no reason for you to roll because there's no Juggernaut to... Because those rolls are really to amplify the components of the Juggernaut in certain ways, and you don't have a Juggernaut.
Okay.
Right, you don't have potions to take. You don't have health to...
That's true.
Restore,
Yeah, okay.
So.
Okay, so now I'm going to use Riviera, and for Riviera, I am going to just attack you again, but this time only with 61 power, with just a basic attack.
Only a 61.
Yeah, only 61.
Let me roll and see if that works. Okay, so it does work.
Wait, did you roll 1?
No, I said it works. The attack goes through.
Okay, gotcha.
And I got a potion. I'll use another potion.
Okay. I'm going to use another 3. So that gets canceled also.
Okay, well then, yeah, no.
He's playtesting the ruthless warlord.
That's what I'm saying. Like with all the cards that he had in his hand, and plus the power that the warlord had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I knew this would be bad. This is an insane warlord.
Yes.
So yeah, it seems like the rule for this end game scenario is don't. Like if you can get the important component is get the social factors figured out.
Yes.
But if
before it was a fight and it was very possible to beat the warlord. This does not seem really possible.
Here's the
Gotcha.
thing. Here's the thing to keep in mind. You still have Mike with a load of potions and cards in his hand. You guys can still be attacking potentially. I'm almost out of cards and I have no potions. So I think this could actually turn around quite easily, depending on how you play it.
Well, at the same time, I mean, still, you have a massive attack ability, and you can't be counterattacked.
Yeah, let's see how this...
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I'm all for continuing and seeing how it plays out. I'm still all for trying to pull something off. I'm just saying this is a lot tougher and a lot more stacked against us than the older one was. This is much more powerful and seems a lot less doable. And again, a lot of this is because he waited. If he'd have gone earlier and had the extra power from the extra corruption, we'd have just been out the window.
Yeah.
See, this is kind of reminding me of Arkham Horror, where like if you wind up, like if your end game is you're facing the Cthulhu in horror, then things did not go according to plan.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Like it's winnable,
Yeah.
but it's rough.
Right.
Also, I forgot. So you could still pull this off. I'll give you this. Valendro, so I amplified water. So you get to roll 2 die. Mike, you get to roll 2 die. I get to roll 2 die. If you happen to get a 3 and draw a card, and that card is a 3, you could still potentially not today this. Oh, okay, you got a 3.
I
Roll
got
three.
the 3.
All right, so let me shuffle this. Let me shuffle this deck back in. All right, so go ahead and draw a card.
Okay. And it is not a 3.
Okay, so but there was an opportunity there to get lucky. All right, and then did you roll for you, Mike?
I did. I got a 5 and a 6.
5 and a 6. So you picked, do you want a potion or do you want a +5 to your attack strength?
Huh. That's a thinker.
He's probably in the drawer keeping the ninja and Rilo Ken. Yeah, he is, Dale. Exactly.
I mean, like I don't know. I'll say a potion because I am inexperienced.
So just take it from this big pile down here.
Big pile of spilled potions.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll take the whole pile. That's fine.
Oh my
I'm okay
gosh.
with that. Okay.
Try to do some cleanup here.
So now on my turn, I run to the capital, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Like, sorry, I'm late to the council, guys. What I miss?
Murder.
Oh,
You
and-
missed murder.
So yeah, so you're dead, Valendra. Which limb did you want to keep?
Well, I mean, I'm not dead. I absorbed it with both legs.
You can't absorb it with the other
Love
one
that
because now my
sentence.
speed is higher than yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have 22 speed, and yeah, you had what was it? Not 22 minus 9, so yeah, is be below it.
Yeah.
So you would die.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Are you keeping your 7?
I mean, that's that or 5. It's not a difference either way.
Yeah. All right. Put these in the junk pile.
Okay, and so I can't cancel or dispel with my cancel or dispel powers.
Hold on. I just realized something, guys. I'm thinking, so I noticed that Joe and Valendro still have cards in their hands. Am I seeing that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking when you're in this type of situation where you're down, you have no ability to, you don't have a Juggernaut, then
Yeah,
you
when
can
die,
start
you should
using
discard.
your cards to help your other players.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
I
think-
love that.
I think that would be the time you could use to help the other player.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if I'll keep that, but we're gonna try that for this time anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So you're here, Mike. Valendra's dead. Okay, and now it starts again. I'm the attacker because you came to the party late, so I'm going to attack you with my vampiric embrace. And that's going to be a 61 attack coming your way.
Okay. So my team action doesn't help in this case because my team is
because your
is
team's
parts.
dead. Exactly. Yeah, you guys can't do the team up action anymore.
Okay, that makes sense. You can't team up with junk. So since my speed is 17, yours is like 3 million.
22.
Yeah, same difference
Oh my God.
mechanically speaking here. So I'm gonna wind up I'm not gonna be able to, since I can't dispel.
Mm-hmm. You
'Cause
can.
I do have actions that'll say.
You have potions to dispel. You can definitely dispel.
Oh, okay. I thought that one of your abilities was that you can't be canceled.
That's
okay.
only when I dropped a 3 down. That's when that happens. Thank you, Joe, for trying to clean that up some.
Okay, then what I want to do is I want to not today that. Is that how that works?
Yes, that's how that works.
No, a serious question.
Just his response was what cracked me up.
All right, so that means I will roll 1 die. You will roll 3 die, because you have 2 limbs and you're the Earth Mageineer, and then you pick the best result. Of course, I didn't just get a disabled limb. I don't know what you're talking about.
He gets to take 2 results.
Why does he get to take 2 results?
Because I just played my augment card. That lets him take 2 results instead of 1, and then it goes back in my hand.
Okay. So that would mean I rolled a
no. So you would play that,
or?
and it let me look at that one again. So here's what this would do, Valendro. This would only amplify fire. Like you're playing this as a fire amplification. So you would get 2 results for your fire. Like this would only be good really to play if you had multiple fire limbs or you're the fire Mageineer. And then you get to take 2 results. And then you take it back into your hand.
Okay.
Mike doesn't have any fire limbs, so that wouldn't help him.
Okay, so what triggered the die roll?
So you amplified earth magic that sort of amplifies all the earth magic in the land. And so your 2 limbs that are amplified, that are earth, or that are earth limbs, have an amplification applied to them, and that comes out mechanically as dice rolls.
Oh, okay.
There's like a surge of magic. Sometimes it's too much, and that's why you can get a 1 disable sometimes.
So the earth card that I played matched my earth limbs, so I got to roll dice.
Yes, and you get to roll 3 because you're the Earth Mageineer, which also matches that.
Okay, now I'm on board, and so I get to pick 1 result.
Yeah, so
and
plus 5 attack, plus 4 health, or plus 2 health looks like what you got.
I think that plus 5 attack is going to help me.
Okay.
Because I can't up my speed, right?
There's only a few ways to up your speed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, great. So, all right, so I cancel the attack.
Yes.
Now I have a plus 5 attack. So,
yes, now I get to go one more time though, because I have 2 actions as the Warlord and Riviera. I am going to actually do Seize Bounty, which gives me, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 water limbs in play. So I roll for them and I take 2 results. I'm going to take 1 potion and 1 plus 5 to attack strength. 5. And then a potion. Okay, and now it's your guys' turn. Mike's gonna go first because he has the fastest Juggernaut, then Valendro, then Joe.
Okay, so because I have my double earthy limbs, I can enable or disable any 1 limb, right?
Yes.
And that means that this fire limb that's worth 10, I could disable that for my action, right?
Yeah, honestly, if I were you, I would use your artifact and disable 3 of my fire limbs.
I forgot I had an artifact.
You could also destroy one of them too. Then I would take that loss in life as well.
Right. Let's see. Sacred Combustion. Up to 3 of any fire limbs. And you have how many fire limbs?
3.
Okay, then yeah, that artifact is probably what I should do and disable 3 to give us a chance here.
Okay. I guess
so
you could
I
do
got
that.
a question then.
Yeah, go for it, Valendro.
I do have a 7, which is a disable any 1 limb. If we're helping him, when would that be playable, or how would that be playable?
I think you would play that when it's your turn.
Okay.
And
awesome.
Or is that even still possible? Like, I
almost feel like with amplifies, we should play them.
Amplify sounds like it amplifies your mech, but potions would
Well, I
be.
mean, that's what he was saying is that since we're destroyed, we can use our whatever to support. So I'm just trying to figure out
And so-
how those supports come in, what
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
and isn't.
Here's what I'll say. If you're going to use an Amplify, you would use it on your turn, not on your, not necessarily on your friend's turn, unless it has the shield icon, in which case you could use it to apply it to the Juggernaut. I'm just having to take these as we go. So sorry that there isn't hard and fast on it, but
and that's the whole point of playtesting. That's why I'm asking these things. Yeah.
That's why we're alpha testing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the amplifies where you're trying to roll like that one that would disable a limb, I'm going to say you're going to have to roll and match the number on it. So to see if it's effective, essentially.
All right.
But do that on your turn is when I think you should do that one. I forget if it had a shield and a sword or just a sword, but
it did have a shield and sword.
Okay. So you could use it on you could use it now as well. That should be fine. I'm trying to find disabled tokens though, guys, so hold on. Because I'm like, where are they? Okay, so
I gotta say, I'm impressed. I have played 1 or 2 alphas. I've played 1 beta, and I have never seen anything this artistically filled out at this stage of development.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. I know you're supposed to say I was supposed to save that for the end, but there you go.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're messing with the flow. Okay, so those 3 are disabled. Dang it. And then you're gonna try casting one?
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
So I just need to match odds or evens on that.
Yes, exactly. So an odd is what you need to match.
And we got an even. So
it doesn't come through. So we're gonna discard that. All right. Joe. Oh, and then are you going to try to attack with your limb, Valendro?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll. You gotta get an odd.
Woohoo! 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. Take the 7 damage. Oh, actually.
Or whatever the damage.
Well,
is.
it's going to be 4. It's actually 4 damage because my hunk reduces damage by 3. So it's 4 damage.
We got him down to 83. We're almost there.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, your turn.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and try amplifying our buddy over here with his attack.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I need to roll an even.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Yeah, success.
So you'll amplify Mike's next attack, and then I get to roll 2 die because it amplifies wind. All right, and I'll take an amplify card. Thank you very much. All right. Now it is my, let's see. So that, and then are you going to try attacking also?
Yeah, I'm going to try to attack.
Okay. 1,
Failed.
so failed. All right. I'm going to say, because we're already past the 20-minute mark, I thought it would be. Let's make this just the last turn, Mike, and
Sure.
your attack.
All right. Rather than disabling something, well, yeah, you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 active limbs.
Actually,
you got
just
1, 2,
3. I just have 3 active limbs.
3 active limbs. Disabling 1 limb as a last turn is not going to be the most effective strategy. So, I mean, should I just try and hit him?
Yeah, I think so. And I think
All right.
I mean, honestly, there's not much of anything to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't I just, feel satisfied that I, smacked him in the face for my final act in life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, completely go for it. We didn't even get moves, so
yeah, I'll just go ahead and hit you for 27, 28, 29.
Double it.
Double.
So, double it, not add 2. I double it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would mean that
27 times 2, so 54, I think, if I'm doing my math right.
Yeah.
54
So 54.
damage. But minus 3, I absorb 3 guys. So
okay. So that knocks you down to
51.
30.
Yes.
51.
Yes.
Let's see.
31.
All right, 32 damage, and I don't get to counterattack you because my weakest limb is disabled, so that's essentially 0. So 32 life. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end it there.
Oh, interesting. I didn't.
Here's
think
where
about
I
that.
die. All right. So
You said-
I think that
Oh, go ahead.
honestly, I think that this combat, in the end, if we're allowed to use cards for our buddies, I think this is going to be interesting and close if we let it play out. So I would love to see this a similar combat just on its own play tested at some point.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's much option at all. Like, maybe if all three of us were there at the start together, but even then, he just would have shot us all down in one round anyway, like he just did.
Right.
I mean,
but
we
if all
didn't
three
even
of
get
us
a
were
chance
there-
to. Well, we didn't even get a chance to move because he sprung the trap on us. So he got first move, and in one move attacked with 112 damage and just murdered both of us in one shot.
Yeah, we
Maybe
did
if you have to, I could see maybe like if you had to split the 112 between the two of us and choose, okay, you get this much damage, you get that much damage, or something like that. Otherwise, there's not even a fighting chance.
Well, I think the reason there wasn't a fine chance was mainly because of the potion stack for Joe. For you though, Valendra, it was the threes. Oh, actually, I did 3 for both of you, and so I had 2 3s.
Well, no, you used both 3s on me.
Oh, I used both 3s on you. Okay, so that really allowed me to strong arm you guys. And that's what just was really lucky. It's not likely to get 3s, especially the more people that when you play this more, you realize 3s are really good. I should make sure someone isn't stockpiling 3s. So that's something to be aware of also. Or if you know someone grabbing 3s at the beginning.
Well, we really don't get to see what you grab at the beginning or what gets pulled out of from underneath the city, so we don't get to see those 3s getting stocked.
Oh, I meant when people put cards back out that they don't want.
When they put cards back out.
But yes. Yeah, there is some hiddenness to it, so it's not like it's always transparent for sure.
I'm also curious in the story theme of things. Are you like the warlord's apprentice, or are you the warlord?
So Riviera is tempted by the warlord. So the warlord's a different character.
Okay.
But how
that was like a traitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
because
Riviera becomes a traitor to the crown and to her siblings.
Okay.
Exactly.
That makes more sense because I was thinking, well, if they are the warlord, it doesn't make sense that you would get 2 actions.
Yeah. No, totally.
Right.
And yeah, it does feel a little deflating to spend 2 hours beefing up and then one attack completely smoked me.
I totally get that. And
I think that's where the social dynamic though is the counterbalance. Is if everybody's in the capital, so what? All 3 of us are still in the capital, and we just send the warlord running. Whether or not the traitor is with us. If the traitor waits that long, then the traitor's already lost. And if we get that gamble wrong, then we kind of lose, but don't lose. We have a fighting chance, but not much of one. If the traitor is able to stock up.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it played out a couple more times before I weigh in on where that's. But you've played it more than I have, so I don't know.
Yeah.
This is just my second time playing.
Yeah,
it
it's interesting
this
because
is my 3rd or 4th. So
I want to say it might be your 4th, Valendra. I don't recall.
It's either my 3rd or 4th. I don't remember exactly, but I've played through it a few times. And last time the warlord was definitely tougher, but we still managed to get through it with all 3 of us there.
The warlord was
the first
tougher?
time. Yeah, because the warlord had time to gather up the cards and gather up the items, and they had hunker down.
Oh yeah,
there weren't team abilities yet, so the team ability wasn't required to hunker down. That's kind of where you were still trying to find a balance with that and not
Yeah.
abuse it on us too badly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even in that earlier stage, with the Warlord's ability to either attack everybody or do the vampiric attack and absorb health, it was still somewhat of a challenging fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, we had some really strong attacks and we were able to get through it.
Mhm.
But there were some threes played and there were some potions pushed, and we still had to challenge to get through it. I think one of our teammates still went down,
Mhm.
and the other two of us were able to pull out the victory.
Mhm.
So it was still a tough fight.
But this was
but
death
we
on
did-
legs.
Yeah, but this was like immediate death, especially with the Warlord getting that surprise advantage.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have gone with, again, playing Hobart, I know, okay, maximize speed if I can do that.
Yeah.
And so I was the only one with a higher speed, and my speed was only a couple points higher.
Mm-hmm.
Having those power tokens really, on top of all the other powers, those power tokens really beefed up the Warlord, and he almost had a higher speed than me. I only barely beat him.
Mm-hmm.
And so me being able to go first and then going in speed order, so me and then the Warlord and then someone even possibly would still have given us at least a fighting chance, because
Yeah.
I would have been able to do an attack or an action
Mhm.
first
Mm-hmm.
and tried to push that. But even then, it would still kind of been fairly tough to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think with everything stacked on there, especially compared to previous times, it's super powered the Warlord.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and here's the question: is that just luck, or is that a statistical probability?
Yeah.
And I think that you only understand that when you play 100 times.
Exactly, because I've
And-
only
and,
I
done
don't have the time to do
this
today.
version, like with the
Well-
corruption, one other time. So I don't, and that was me
And-
playing against myself with three other people,
Right,
like
right.
me as four people. So
And I will say this, with that, yeah, getting the threes or something like that is down to chance, down to luck.
Mhm.
But like I had a return to full health, but you did over twice my health and damage. It wouldn't
Mhm.
have helped me. There's no survivability, so I wouldn't have even been able to heal up and go for a second time.
well, you could have
Um,
if you had clung to life and kept that one life, then you could have used it. the
I
next
didn't
time.
even
But that's
do
the
cling
coin
to
toss.
life when
Oh,
I got
that's a-
killed.
you
We forgot
didn't.
about that entirely.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Why? Yeah.
No, and that's fine. Like that's fine. That's kind of that happens. But yeah, no, I didn't even stop to think about that. But yeah, so there's like cards that with that system kind of feel like they're more or less useless now. Like if I'd have known your attack power was going to be even at 60 something, that
Mhm.
was way more than my max health.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't have stockpiled that card. I would have tried to get something else
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. And again, it comes down to luck when it's the cards like that. But then the corruption power, giving you the points on top of everything, we were able to get potions out of it,
Mhm.
but you were also able to get potions out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever was left over, you were able to stack up as bonus power.
Mm-hmm.
So if you'd have come at us early, I don't know which one of those had the Warlord's thing under it. I don't know how long you held on to that. But if you'd have come at us right out of the gate with it,
So I
you'd
didn't.
have had all that corruption power.
Yeah, I would have come at you at the gate
Yeah.
right out of the gate if I could have, but yeah, I didn't find it until I think it was the second to last city that we searched. So like,
Yeah.
I think it was Headstone. I went over and looked because we had freed all the cities. I hadn't found
Right.
it yet, so I went to Headstone, looked, it was there. Then I decided,
Then-
I'll go get one more card. I should have just attacked you
Right.
guys right away, but
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Just
Yeah.
throwing this out.
Mhm.
Poop at the wall. See what sticks. What if you have the bonus of the corruption? What if once the traitor's revealed, potions are no good and corruption is the only fuel?
For the
Or
Ooh.
well,
oh, the potions that the warlord has accumulated. You mean?
yeah, that the warlord doesn't use potions. Warlord only uses corruption.
well, then the Warlord wouldn't be able to push through attacks or block attacks.
Yeah,
the
there'd be a
potions are
lot
really-
Okay.
less limited.
The only way to
Yeah.
push through that would be to have a 3.
Okay.
So I don't think that would be a possibility.
Let me think, because I mean, I certainly here's where I'm from my perspective. I started off so weak. Like I had I was the low end of the totem pole. So I was like, oh crap, they're gonna destroy me at the end of this. I was like worrying about this the whole time. So I was doing my best to try to get to the point where I did. And so from that perspective, I'm glad I was able to get to this point where I had the right type of cards to be able to make it a very tough fight. So I like that aspect of it from the Warlord's perspective. Whereas it's like, well, I got crap cards. I might as well just give up now. So I like that there's not that element. But I don't want the Mageineers. It should be, I feel like there was a lot of luck in this one. There is also this aspect where like, okay, I know this game is going to be over soon. So I'm just going to throw everything at you guys. I'm not going to hold back at all. So I think there's that element also, because I was just trying to do as much as possible to you guys to see how you guys would respond. Rather than like, okay, well, I know I still have Mike later. Let me hold this 3 back. Let me hold some of these potions back from just dunking them all on Joe. Well, so there was that element also of like, I was just going to play the short game, like burn bright, burn fast, burn out, rather than like, let's try to play for the long game. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, it sounds like murder everyone fast.
I was say, even as a long game, what you did forcing that through, especially with your first attack being that 112 with that enhanced damage, pushing through that was a smart play regardless as that player, whether it's you playtesting or whether it was one of us.
Yeah.
We would have done the same thing. And so, pushing that through with your potions and then forcing that through with the 3s on me, I mean, 100% made sense. And like I said, tore both of us out without us even getting to make a move.
Yeah.
And so, again, it comes back to the fact that in one round, whether you were just doing it because, even if you're sitting there looking to play the long game, you're like, I could play the long game, but I can literally destroy both of them in one round right out the gate and then only have this one person to deal with. There is no point in saving potions. You push that through.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, the odds were super stacked. I mean, even if you look at your mech, you still have a 2 and a 3 limb on there. Even with your lower stats that your character had, you're still able to push up with the mech with all the other abilities and with the power tokens and with everything else. So there was a lot that stacked up on there.
Yeah.
So even though you had low items...
Okay.
Gotta go. Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, hold on just 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. And yeah,
they decided that they're just gonna leave me. They just said, no, fine. We're gonna go reclaim the pin that you left at the cafe, and we're gonna have crepes, and you enjoy your game. But not with any passive aggressive stuff. They all said it like kindly. I added the passive aggressiveness.
Passively slighted.
Oh my goodness.
Did you hear that? Did you get that on mics? They said they're never going to talk to me again. That's legit. That's what she said. Do you see the pain that I endure because I also dish it out to them? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
So we're good.
Okay. I am. Yeah, I don't know what to. I'm a little perplexed as to what to do about this, because part of me is like, yeah, I want you guys to be in it, but part of me is like, well, sometimes the game's going to go this way. But like you were saying, Mike, this is only one of those things that if you go through it like 100 times or so, which I'm not going to be able to do, but there has to be some accumulation of data before deciding, this is actually not very balanced, etc.
I think
that's what beta is for.
Yeah.
I think Valendra's suggestion of taking speed into account, almost like a roll for initiative kind of thing. Like if you spring the trap and that starts battle and we instantly go, okay, Valendra's the fastest one, he would at least get we would have
Yeah.
some agency in the combat there.
Yeah, here's a thing
Well,
that they
here's-
do in Betrayal on the House on a Hill is that once the traitor gets revealed, the person to the traitor's left goes first. And so everyone gets a turn before the traitor acts. And that, I mean, as horrifically unbalanced as that game is, that's a good idea.
And normally, if you guys were to find the warlord, the Mageineers get to go first, and the warlord would go last. So it's really about me springing on you guys, as opposed to it's just that's what determined me going first.
So
otherwise,
we tested this.
Hmm.
Yeah, we tested this when if everything else has gone wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, we essentially put this. We stacked the deck against ourselves intentionally going into this because what if we do this?
Well,
Yeah.
and we
and it
didn't.
worked out terribly.
Yeah.
We didn't actually stack it against us. I mean, things could have been a lot worse.
Right,
Again,
right.
the card rolls are random. We didn't hand him the 3s.
Right.
The only thing we did is we let him go first, and we didn't have one extra person with us.
Right. Yeah.
Even if we'd had that extra person with us, if he went first, again, it would have, after the 112 pushed through to me, he then would have turned around and done the 112 to you, and it would have been a push between you two.
I mean, that's
Still would have been 2 of us out first round if he'd have forced that.
And you know what? That's a fair assessment of Valendra, of maybe making Barrage be something where you actually distribute the points as you want. I don't want it to become this mathy thing. Okay, let me do 13 minus from the 67. Okay, that leaves
Yeah. And I completely
44.
understand.
What was that?
And so I completely understand that. That's fair. I know how that goes, especially when you get into high rolls with everything else. Like that's all D&D is math.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I understand how frustrating that can be at times, especially with huge things.
Yeah.
But and not even necessarily splitting it, but like you were able to do that attack. It attacked both of us, and I absorbed the one attack from you into my leg. But then you were able to turn around and do your move with Riviera and still knock me out with that full power as well. So, I mean...
Well, it wasn't the full power. It wasn't like the amplified power, but it was still plenty enough to...
Well, I mean, it was
take your
their
HP.
full attack, the
Yeah.
60-something,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was, again, more than my entire health total.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that town, I got the +5 to speed, and then I started clearing corruption.
Yeah.
I rested a couple times at town, but like I didn't ever get massive amounts of health back. Saffron with Joe, I believe, was Saffron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was able to stack up a ton of health, and if you didn't have the 112, if you didn't have your attack power doubled right at the start, he would have survived the first hit.
And you guys could have... So if, let's say I hadn't done that, and you guys had teamed up, Joe could have... Well, actually, Joe, you could have done your attack with HP, then set HP to 10 and done your 93 whatever damage to me. So that would... Your death beam could have really hit... Like, I don't know. I feel like there were
are
plenty of
a lot of
opportunities for
ways
this to swing one way or the other.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways for that to happen, but I mean, if he took the damage from you and survived it, his death beam wouldn't have done 93. It would have done like 30.
That's true.
Or 30 something. And I would have been dead anyway, because even though you're not pushing through with the 112, you're still pushing through with the 60 something, it still would have killed me. He would have been the only one up fighting and already down at 30 something health. So yes and no, and that's just with taking that one double your strength card out of it.
Yeah.
So but you're right, there is ways for it to swing with Saffron with that health ability. The trying to I didn't rest up a ton, so my health was only at 50 something. It wasn't at 90 something. He was the only one whose health was that high.
Yeah.
Because of that too.
So here's I think this is why, because we're almost to 4 hours now and I need to be done. So I think and I'll send you the link if you guys have time to fill out the Google form. Fantastic. But I so appreciate you guys going through this and giving me all this awesome feedback. I think really I need to often what I'll do is after each playtest, I'll change the game a little bit.
Right.
I think what I really need to do now is just leave it as is for the next at least 2 or 3 playtests and see if the warlord is always winning.
Right.
Because if that happens, then yeah, something needs to change dramatically. So
Right.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
it was a definite overpower in this case, and and like you said, there are ways for that to go overpower in either direction, especially if he'd have done that health attack. If he just sat and rested up more and like planned for that, I got the one speed boost just so I could do that. But I mean, even that only took me up to 20 something, so it's not like that's obliterating or overpowering or side swinging using my speed instead of my strength. But I definitely think there are some items that really kind of push it over the edge.
Okay,
for sure.
Totally fair.
So,
yeah, but thank you guys so much for giving so much of your time to help try and make this better, hopefully more fun. Really appreciate that. Any last things before we go?
Yeah, this was a wild experience. I'm super happy that you invited me to be a part of it. It was great gaming with you guys. Love sharing the digital table space.
Share about where people can find you, Mike.
You can find me at I'm one of 3 co-hosts at the Geek at Arms podcast, where we talk about all things. Well, we talk about the crossroads of geek culture and Christian faith, including tabletop and role-playing games.
Awesome. Joe, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
Yeah, find me. So I still write for geeksundergrace.com. We cover tabletop and video games there. And my wife and I do a YouTube channel, Coffee and Adventure. She's doing Let's Plays of Minecraft and Slime Rancher, and I'm doing usually video reviews of stuff. So
awesome. Thank you again, Joe. And Valendra, where can people find you?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I stream on Twitch at Random Encounters, and I do have all my socials listed in the description there for other locations to find me. Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. But on Twitch at Random Encounters.
Awesome. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Drake, Dale, Drew, everyone else who was hanging out here. I really appreciate you all. And I'll go ahead and in prayer, Lord God, thank you so much for this time together with these fellow friends. Thank you for them being so generous with their time. I pray that you would bless their weeks, bless the weeks of everyone who is here. Please may all of us who have prayer, faith, and trust in you pursue more and more each day. And may we all experience your beauty, grace, love, and truth in a fresh new way. I pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, who left all majesty to come down into our depravity, live the life we went, taught us how we could, conquered sin, overcame death, being raised to you, the Father, making a way for us all to have a right relationship with you where there wasn't a way before. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Until next time, guys, here's your